Yay.
Gavin, your video.
Your video's
Oh,
out,
yeah.
Gavin.
Oh,
We're-
why? What the? I thought I clicked go. My bad.
There you go.
Sorry. We're good.
Come back to another exciting Candlekeep adventure. So we play Candlekeep only once every 3-ish weeks, give or take, so it's always hard to remember where we left off previously, but I believe the last time that we were all together, the group had successfully taken down a cult, and were welcomed back into Candlekeep with open arms and festive gifts from the members of Candlekeep. And given permanent residences in the Firefly Cellar, which is where I assume you will be starting today, unless, well, we were going over before we came live. We were going over, oh, look, what are you streaming on the side there? Macros and tablets. Anyways, your thing is open on the Twitch stream. But anyways, so yeah, we went over selling some items and doing that kind of stuff, splitting up gold. So assuming that you have all returned to the Firefly cellar and are eagerly awaiting. Oh, you know what happened too? I lost my notes. Somehow they're completely gone off this computer. I don't know if I inadvertently deleted them. I have no idea how I did it about Candlekeep. And I can't remember who's your little avowed. Oh, wait, here. Do I have it written in here? I have a Candlekeep NPCs list. Oh, darn it. NPCs, there it is.
There is a guy.
Fembris! Yeah, Fembris. I found him. Okay. Yeah, I assume that you are in the basement waiting for Fembris to bring you the next book to start your next adventure. So is that a safe assumption for all of you, unless there's anything any of you would like to do aside from that?
I'd say that's a safe assumption.
All right.
Right.
So you're all gathered up in that joyous and dark basement of the Firefly Cellar. I'm just opening this up here. And, in comes Fembris in his general, normal, jovial manner. And he's clutching a huge, I don't know, 1.5 foot, high book that's wrapped up in a brown paper packaging tied up with string. Some of his favorite things. And he's, rushing down the stairs towards you with this book. And he's like, I've gotten the next book for you guys. And also, if you guys still wanted to join me for dinner one night so I could tell my friends that I know you, they're serving the crab meat souffle tonight, thanks to your recent adventure bringing crab meat back to Candlekeep.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's going to be really great. Here's your book.
A crab bake.
Thanks. We'll get back to you.
Okay. And he kind of like steps backwards a little bit, but like, he's like watching you as he moves back towards the stairs, like just in case you needed him. He's still like,
Very energetic type of man, yes.
Kirkan takes the book and just immediately ignores Fembris and starts opening the book.
I mean, Fembris, you can watch if you want.
he like
You
crouches
you
down
prove
like,
that.
Go away. Go away.
oh, okay. Corey's back. So yeah, if you tear off the packaging already.
Yeah.
All right. So as you begin to kind of peel off the paper, with each kind of shredding of the paper to open the package, you can see underneath is this exceptionally fine quality purple dyed leather, and there is gold filigree all over the book itself. And when you get it
Very
open,
nice.
show to player. Did that work? No, I have to click show to players, right?
Mhm.
Show to players.
You sure we can't sell this?
There. Okay, there it is.
Mm.
So it is exceptionally large. The rich purple leather covers and the golden relief of a unicorn's head adorns the front cover. The wording along the side of the spine does read the lore of Lurue. And it is probably the loveliest book that you have ever actually beheld.
I wonder if this gold filigree comes off, and he starts rubbing it with his thumb.
Oh my god, that's terrible. But roll me a investigation check.
Oh. investigate the book. And for some reason, I'm not connected yet. Damn it. Give me 1 second. One thing I forgot to do. There we go.
Oh, wow, yeah. So as you're kind of trying to rub off the calligraphy on the side of the book, you actually notice that the end of each of the words curls up into a crest. Um,
Hmm.
how familiar is Elrin with the general world? Is he a worldly kind of fellow?
More of a back alley type world. But yes,
Give me a history check.
a history check. Oh, that's not too bad.
You
As
don't,
far as books go,
you
yeah.
don't recognize what the crest is, but you've definitely you're sure it's a crest of some sort, but you don't know where this crest is from.
A curious crest.
Oh, do you show it to other people?
Oh,
That
sure.
we're all. I mean, I
We're all
tore the paper off of
staring
it,
at.
so
Right,
I'm
but
guessing we're
Elrin,
standing around it.
yeah, Elrin was very carefully inspecting it. He noticed the crest. He can point it
Oh.
out to the rest of you if he chooses
Ah.
to.
I see the little filigree here. It's all the things are just kind of make a nice crest here. I don't know.
If anyone wants to, once it's pointed out, anyone who wants to make a history check, go ahead and do that.
Don't mind if I do. Let's see.
Everybody else knows these things.
Yeah,
except for me.
Tukes, are you going to make one, or are you busy?
I'm busy. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to assume Tukes knows it anyways because of her background. But the rest of you, as soon as he points it out to you, recognize it immediately as the crest of the Silvery Moon,
Ah,
the city of
Of
Silvery
course.
Moon.
Oh, is that what it is?
the
What?
famous elf city, right?
Never been there. Yeah. I've been outlawed in other places, wanted posters, but never there. No.
What is Can we open the book? It
You
looked like
can.
there was a lock of some kind.
It does look like there's a lock, but it is not currently sealed.
How convenient.
Open it
If
up.
you, no other investigations towards the book itself, just gonna pop it right open.
I mean,
Is it
What's the worst
locked?
that could happen?
The
We're
worst
more
that could happen.
curious than
It'll-
cautious.
All right.
It'll start playing crazy nursery rhymes that try to kill us.
You know, listen,
wait,
you've had a
no, that's
lot.
already
You've had a lot
happened.
of bad experiences with books. So, but no, if you're just gonna throw open the cover, that's good. You know, some of them talk to you. What can we do?
yeah.
Some
So,
of
when
us
you
eat
drew
us,
this
yeah.
crest on the spine of the book, or
I'm sorry. What?
where was the crest found? Which
At
section?
the end of each of the letters. Each letter is actually ended with the little crest into like a curly little, very
On the
fancy
cover of the book.
script. Yeah, on the along the spine. Yes, where it's written.
And what do the letters spell?
The lore of Lurue.
Okay, they spell Lore of Lurue.
Mhm.
All right. Does any of us know who Lurue is?
You could certainly make a religion check.
Yes. Is that an open invitation to anyone?
Sure.
That homegrown.
Localakir has never heard of Larue before, but Kirkan, you have some kind of feeling or, you know, little tickle in the back of your head that Larue is some kind, oh, and Elrin as well,
Oh,
that Larue is some kind of forest, minor forest deity, not a very big deity. You have the idea that Elrin a little bit firmer that Larue is somehow associated with it either Solune and or Maliki, but you're not quite sure how or why.
Mm. Yeah, let's open it up.
Who's going to open it?
I'll open it.
Okay. So Kirkan, as you kind of flip the page open, um, as soon as you open it, you know, and you're holding it in your hands, on that right hand side, the left, you know, is just the cover, the solid cover, but on the right hand side, on that first page, um, a lovely, completely legible, but lovely and very fancy script begins to appear, and as it appears, all around all of you, you hear kind of in your head, maybe, but maybe it's actually in the room itself.
Hmm.
A voice that reads along as the words appear, and it says, "Our story starts during the time leading up to the winter solstice on the final night of Uktar in the year 374 DR. A nearly full moon rises behind wispy clouds as a star-speckled sky darkens against a fading horizon. It
Kirkon,
seems
your voice change?
it seems silent and still here in the heart of the forest, but to anyone who knows the forest well, that silence can be misleading. When you are ready to proceed, turn the page."
Fembris should have told us he got this book from Audible.
Beep.
All right, we're supposed to do side 2 of this CD. Okay, let's.
Wow, tough crowd.
I know, it's rough.
Are we
Wow.
prepared to jump in to this adventure?
Mm,
We've had breakfast, right?
more of these.
Second breakfast?
Each time it has been a problem that has been presented to us.
Hmm.
This seems more optional. Also, what's the reward?
Do we need a reward every time? Can't we just
Can we just get a
do something
reward?
for fun? I mean, this has not piqued your interest at all.
A weak mind, Yavin.
In the background, you hear the oh God, I've got.
You just had his name.
I did. I
Fem-
just had his
Fembris?
name in my head. No, Crinkle. In the background, you hear Crinkle shuffling around, and she goes, "You've got a weak mind, Yavin."
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
who's
Loke
Yavin?
except
Alakir.
he's Loke.
Sorry, Loke Alakir. You've got a weak mind, Loke.
Khan made a mistake.
Yeah, he did,
Never
but we
happened.
corrected it in game.
Oh, right, I was looking at that.
Yeah,
It's all good.
shuffling around in the stacks. Just keeps
Mm.
repeating that, mumbling it under her breath now.
Fine. I wave the
The
owl
worst that
over.
could happen.
I wave the owl over to my shoulder in case whatever happens. So it happens to both of us, and I'll flip the page.
As soon as you flip that page, a glow kind of starts emanating from that second page and washes over all of you. You feel like as if there was a string in the center of your chests, and it pulls you forward, and you get sucked, of course, not shockingly, directly into the book itself.
Well, who
Of
would have
course.
thought that?
I know.
I know. I am shocked.
It's a
Shocked.
shocking turn of events. You're sucked into a book.
It's a thrilling book.
I, for
Correct.
one, did not see that coming.
Correct. And as the glow kind of fades away, you find yourself in a meadow and facing what is obviously a forest. If you glance around behind you, there's rising huge mountains just behind you, kind of blocking that path. So obviously your path is forward. And you hear that same voice from the book, kind of once again. You don't know if it's just in your head. You don't know if it's echoing through the entirety of this meadow. And it says, "A group of heroes gathers in the heart of the high forest, crossing paths with a trio of friends who lost their way. But friends are not all they'll find on the road to the grand old tree."
We have our own narrator.
Well,
And
this is a
it-
first.
the sun is setting at this point, and you can see ahead of you as well a full moon is rising ahead to kind of illuminate the forest. And at that moment, three bipedal creatures that combine the features of men and goats, uh, laughing drunkenly, they stumble out of the forest ahead of you, and they sway back and forth. And before seeing you, and like they're startled, but they start waving enthusiastically. And do any of you speak Sylvan?
Not I.
Actually,
No.
Tukes does.
Okay, so you understand that in Sylvan they're saying, "Oh, hey, how are you?"
Not
Waving at you.
I, infidels, yes. None.
And I tell everyone, they appear friendly. Hello. And I respond in Sylvan. Hello.
hi. The one in the lead kind of comes forward a little bit. He's like, I'm Tragos. This is Artelio and Fonagi. We were just out for a bit of revel when a swarm of wild-eyed ravens attacked us. We're in no fit shape to fight. Could you perchance help us get home?
They want us to help them get back to their what's the word? Home. Home. Yes, they were attacked by some ravens, it appears.
Oh,
Birds did this.
And I asked the question. Birds? Just
they look a
birds
little
attacked you?
tipsy too.
You
Maybe the birds weren't that big. You never
they
know.
call it a murder of crows, and there's lots of them.
Mm, excellent. And I kind of nod back at the group. Birds. They were attacked.
How far to their home?
And how far to your home, sir?
I mean, as the hoof travels, it's could be a couple hours, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5.
Could you,
Narrator, what are we supposed to do?
could you tell us where we are?
This is the high forest.
And I tell everyone, it turns out we're in the high forest, and they live 3. The translation isn't exact. It's they live a short travel from here, 3 maybe 5 hours. We're not sure.
Wonder how long their type of hour is. Yeah.
Do we know where the
Yes.
high forest is relative to Candlekeep?
Does that mean anything to us?
Yeah.
Um,
To like saying Cleveland to a person from Tokyo?
those let's see, who did the roll for Karkan and Lok Alakir, those 19 and that 21, that was for you to recognize Silvery Moon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you both know that the high forest is somewhere close to Silvery Moon.
Hmm.
You're not, you couldn't draw a map, but you know that the high forest, probably the closest city, is Silvery Moon itself.
Should we ask them where Silvery Moon is relative to where we are?
Do you really think their information is going to be that helpful?
I mean, they look drunk. I don't know.
Exactly.
Like,
We might as well just
How
walk
about
them
point
home.
different directions? Yes.
Sure.
We all appear to be here to do good or whatever. So
Yeah.
let's walk the drunkards home.
there's a big party back at our place.
Uh-huh.
Can't call
Proud
them
of
a
you for
cab,
coming.
eh?
You've come a long way.
No Ubers.
Who
in
has?
this land. Yes.
Karkan,
Oh,
you've come a long way.
it's really just giving up more than anything else.
Fair enough.
I guess we're gonna do good.
Yeah. Or a revelation that at least in this group doing good is leading to some rewards and growth. So he's getting
Not being
closer to what
murder hobos, right?
he's getting closer to what he wants. So
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll have a reward. Maybe something more than
uh,
drink. Who knows?
well then, Tukes, tell them to lead on. We will accompany them home.
I do indeed. Tell them. Please lead on.
Trigos will also switch to Elven at this point and say, if this is better, if more of you speak this, I can. And he'll like kind of look around to see if anybody more responds.
Is that common?
No, Elven.
Elven. Oh, yeah. No,
Elven works fine for me as well.
that should be like a Southie accent.
She speaks Draconic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
So
Wow.
is she also the only one that speaks Elven?
Yeah.
So if
Yep.
nobody else responds, he's just going to stick with Sylvan at that point. So he's like, yeah, come on. The path is here. It's just right. And you can see there is a clearly delineated path going into the high forest itself. And they kind of start, like monkey walking, from the start of the monkeys. They all hook their arms around each other's shoulders and start like walking down the path. Here we come.
Walking down the street. Get the funniest looks.
And they're actually singing and still drinking their wine as they go. So clearly their fear of the murder crows is not super high, but they're like, let's go, guys.
Is it possible
Did
to
did the owl come through with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Pete.
No, that's okay. Is it possible to perform some sort of insight as to not understanding their language, but maybe more like their body language? They seem to describe that they were assaulted
Mhm.
but they kind of don't care, right?
Yeah, but yeah, you can absolutely give the insight check.
And I will speak out loud in our language, our common language.
Quickly.
Concern, like, hey, that's kind of weird.
I mean, they are drunk.
Yeah, you can't really get a read off of them. Have you met satyrs before?
I don't
Or
think
have
so.
you probably would have heard of them. So you're like, these are fey creatures. Like,
Whimsy,
yeah,
whimsical.
yeah. You're like, I don't know what these guys' motivation is at all.
Interesting.
Not unsurprising. I walked into a tree while I was drunk and had a big cut on my face and kept walking around for the next couple hours. So
I assume that's actually Karkan that did that.
he doesn't remember. But
Yeah. That one's gone from his.
That
But
could
yeah,
have been
you
in the before times.
was it
the before times, yeah. As an evil warlord, that's what he did.
Woohoo! So yeah, you guys start through the forest. The moon continues to rise, and it is a full moon. It lights the forest path pretty well.
Good.
Um,
I'm
would you
gonna
like
bring
to?
out Whisper anyways, and wield the new toy,
Of
and
course.
say, "Oh, then I can speak telepathically to these schmucks behind me." It's like,
Wow.
what are we doing with these guys?
We can
They,
also
they
just
smell like
speak
the
in
brewery. Oh no, I'm speaking right into his head.
Or allows him, yeah, to speak
Yeah.
telepathically.
I can speak telepathically to people next to
Let me
me.
respond to you telepathically.
I don't think you can. He can only speak
No.
to you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's real
Fantastic.
annoying. Yeah.
But I'm mostly doing it so I can increase my dark vision
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
what is it?
If
90 now? Okay.
you want to make perception checks as you kind of travel forward.
Yeah, just to make sure we don't get jumped.
Yes, DM. Part of my deity in my cleric domain, I have dark
Extended
vision
dark vision. Yep.
300 feet.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't know.
listen,
If you want to
yeah,
do a
and
different perception roll, like an early warning system kind of thing.
yeah,
Right?
it's quite bright in the forest. Like you can make perception rolls at your will if you want now to keep an eye out. What is your passive? 15's 19. Oh, no, that's your passive
My
perception
passive is
17.
15. I have advantage from something. I don't remember if that is from an item. I'm looking for why I would have advantage.
Is it Helm's gauntlets?
It is probably Helm's Gauntlets.
Yeah, probably. That sounds like a Helm's gauntlet.
Ah, yes. Advantage
Mhm.
on perception checks.
But yeah,
So
like if you want to make a
my
perception check as you go,
yeah,
we can also assume at this point, that the translation is going to be happening simultaneously. So if you want to talk to the satyrs as you go, whatever you guys want to do as you move along. Yeah, Elrin, you're keeping an eye out. The forest looks like a forest at night. You don't see anything unusual. The most that you kind of notice is that it seems, you do notice um, typical animals, forest life that you would see out there, but it seems less active than a forest you would expect the forest to be. Wow. Look, Alakir, same thing. Like you hear bugs and you hear like creatures rustling on occasion, but it's not as much. Like this is a thick, dense, vibrant forest. You feel like there should be more activity out there.
this is quite odd. Don't you agree, Elrin?
Yes, it's a bit too quiet.
Hmm.
That in
That'll
itself
throw.
isn't good. Oh,
Uh,
keep my bow ready.
hey, Dukes, maybe you could ask your friends there if this is normal. There isn't a lot of insect or small creature activity in this forest. Is it potentially that something has scared them off? Is it these ravens?
I'll relay it to them.
Yeah, Tragos is like, yeah, there were these like crazy like tribes people that were coming out of the north and like every time they go into the forest they just kill any animals that they find. And they started coming out here and then after they started doing all that, this weird lightning started coming up north, like it was red lightning cracking around, and sometimes you hear thunder and there's not even a storm. It's real weird.
Would red lightning mean anything to Kirkon?
Um maybe. Um
Most lightning is not red.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do an Arcana check. You are vaguely familiar with the idea of the use of lightning and esoteric kind of summoning that would take place, like a summoning spell that would require a planar summoning. You've heard of that happening before, but more details you don't know.
Okay. Huh. I'll send the owl up to do circles above us.
Sure. What is Hootie's? I'm sorry, his name's probably not actually Hootie. What is your owl's perception? If you want to do a perception check for him,
I don't.
you may be able to access it through your character sheet. You should have a familiars tab under. Let me pull it open here.
Under extra,
Extras, yeah.
I think.
I
Yeah, under
haven't.
extras. Oh, you haven't populated it, but you can pull an owl right in there and populate it into your extras, and then you'll have his little sheet right inside your character sheet.
How
He is an
convenient.
owl. He is perception +3.
You should be able to. Oh, yep, there you go. Yep. So he's keeping his eye out. Doesn't see anything.
Very
You guys
useful.
have been probably traveling for about an hour now, skipping along. The satyrs are continuing to drink from their supplies that they have, which seems to be running low at this point. Like sometimes they're shaking it. Um, who would like to make me a D20 check? A D20 roll. Sorry, not a check.
Lark.
Millard.
Lark's not here.
Woo! Tukes!
Tukes has got it.
All right. So with
Wow.
it was Loke and Elrin, with your perception checks previously or keeping your eyes out still actively, you actually notice kind of several yards off in the distance, kind of slinking along the side of the road along you, there are about 4 shapes kind of creeping along.
I will quietly whisper to whoever is in line next to me and let them know that we have shapes flanking us.
Tooks, you're gonna hear it in your
Actually,
head.
Loke, with your perception check, I mean, we don't do critical success on skill checks, but it's still really good. And Elrin too with the 25. The more you peer into the forest itself, you're pretty sure it's probably wolves.
Tooks, I think we got some wolves just over a little bit to the side there
Just
on the right.
off to the, yeah.
And I'll telepathically inform her.
Being stalked, Kirkan. And I'll sort of match pace with Kirkan and try to be subtle and quiet and use some hand gestures and things to point out. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
And
blow them up.
yeah, we should get ready. Going to get busy here shortly.
Yes.
All right. You tell me.
They don't seem to be approaching you. They're just kind of scuttling along.
Hurting, perhaps?
Well, we would have to have been aware of their existence if they were hurting us.
No.
Ask our satyr friends.
Oops.
Hurting. If they were hurting us, they can't
Friends.
hurt us when they're being not perceived. You can't hurt something if it can't see you.
Stalking.
Yeah, we're just following the satyrs.
Right.
So,
So I mentioned to the satyrs, we're being followed in the darkness by someone. Do you know who this
Someone? Is it the ravens?
Do ravens walk on the ground?
I mean, sometimes they've got feet.
These seem like human-sized things.
They're humans in the forest?
Wolves.
Oh, wolves.
Oh, wolves. Yeah, there are wolves in the forest. It's the
Yeah,
forest.
The wolves are following us.
do they follow? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have this conversation.
Is it possible to determine, are these normal-sized wolves, or are they
They look normal sized to you. They don't look
not the dire wolves?
correct. Yeah, they're they're wolf sized wolves.
Okay. I will amend my previous statement to Dukes to describe them.
Oh, Oh, why don't you just bang your mace on your shield and scare them away then?
I suppose we could do that. I don't want to hurt my shield. It's a nice shield.
Just to make noise. Just to make noise.
I mean, I don't need to do that to make noise. I can just do that with my voice.
You are kind of loud and annoying.
Yeah.
I use my mage hand, and I use it to rustle the bushes suddenly, right where I feel like these
Yeah.
things are,
Yeah. You're
attempting to kind of scare
yeah.
them
You
into.
hear like a yipping snarl, bark, bark, and then they like kind of shuffling back, and you do hear, especially Loke and Elrin, you hear like a whimper as they kind of scuttle backwards.
All right, have a good night.
Did you hurt them?
No, I just mage handed the bushes.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're scuttling. They've moved back, but they're crouched all together and scuttled back a bit, and they've moved away from you.
How far back
But
are
you can
they?
still see them, especially with your enhanced dark vision.
And they were on both sides of us, or just
No, just the one side.
one side?
Keep moving, keep moving.
I,
Sooner we get to this village or home or hut or whatever hovel these things live in, we can be rid of the
Are
wolves.
they over 30 feet, 60 feet?
They're probably. I'm bad with measurements. Like this is 6 inches, right?
that works.
Like
Yeah.
40 times that? Is that?
Uh,
No, it's probably, I don't know, 60, 70 feet. They're some
okay.
distance off. They're not close now,
482
especially they
going
after
there.
the sound.
Is it
All right.
possible that these wolves are wounded? Like maybe they encountered those men folk from the forest and they are in trouble. I can't speak to them, but I could treat wounds. They didn't seem to be threatening, and it sounded like perhaps they were
Hungry.
hurt. No, they were yipping maybe in a hurt. Maybe they were hurt. I'd like to take a moment and we're not. I mean,
You want to stop?
will take just a moment. I
They
don't know.
just were like, yeah, we've been walking for a while. We're fine with stopping. And they're like, woof.
Yeah, I'd like to see if I could maybe approach the wolves.
Give
In a,
me an animal handling check.
all
How
right.
are you going to approach them?
My mace
With
is not.
arms wide open.
Perhaps not. I would approach them. My shield would be slung on its like thong,
Mhm,
so it's not in my hands. My hands are palms up, kind of.
mhm.
Uh,
You going to try offering anything, or
I was looking to see if I had anything other than hard tack to
you
offer
could
them.
have you could have taken whatever food you wanted from the Firefly cellar before leaving if you had wanted fresh rations for your assumed trip. Every time something happens in Candlekeep, you go somewhere. So
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be some salt pork or something that's
sure.
travel ready. So I'd take a chunk out of that.
So do the animal handling check with advantage if you're offering them some food.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Uh, I have my hand up and a firebolt prepared.
Just smoldering fire in the palm of your hand.
Yep.
Whew. You do have inspiration, just in case. I'm just going to throw that out there. But yeah, they don't seem too receptive. They start backing off even further.
Does anyone speak wolf?
Woof, woof.
How close was I able to get to them before they backed away?
I don't know, like maybe 20 feet.
Is it possible to see if they are wounded in any way? Like,
Sure, give me a
there?
perception. Yeah, give me another perception check.
All right, so this is again also at advantage because
Mm-hmm.
of my helm's gloves. Yeah.
I mean, you do notice like one of them is holding its little paw up like this as they back away, and they might be wet. It could be wet with blood. You can't really tell. You're not sure. They pulled themselves away from you quick enough.
Very well. I would leave the food there, and I would probably, if I could, make a cup out of like stack some stones around and find a leaf and like make a cup for some water. I'm gonna pour some water into it,
Sure.
and then I'll just walk away.
Right.
I would break
They
the
don't.
meat into
Yeah.
multiple pieces because there would be more than one animal.
They don't follow you back towards the path, but you get the sense that they're probably still back where you left them.
Hmm. Shame. Be well, creatures.
Would anyone else like to do anything? Or shall you continue on the path?
Continue on the
Who's
path. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yes, let's continue.
So the satyrs get up, begrudgingly. We're hoping for a little bit more of a rest, but on they travel, leading you back down the path. And eventually, you get the feeling, because the trees start to kind of thin out a little bit, and you get the feeling that you're approaching a bit of a clearing ahead. Um, at which point, the voice over rises up again, kind of around you. The satyrs, you notice, don't seem to react to the voice,
oh
but you do
crap?
hear the voice who say, hand in hand with newfound friends, the heroes approach the Pulverth Plateau. Guided by the wisdom of the maple tree, they learn of the corruption that the forest feels. And
Maple
before
tree?
you stands a maple tree as you enter into the clearing, of impossibly large size, in the center of an open area nearly 100 feet in diameter. Shafts of light cut through the leafy canopy overhead and reflect off thin streams of water that trickle along and between the tree's gnarled, thick roots. As you approach the trunk of the tree, the satyrs kind of skip off ahead of you, like slapping each other on the back in celebration, elated to be back in what they clearly interpret to be a safe haven. And as they kind of pass by the tree and they like slap the trunk of the tree itself, the tree uh, appears to come awake, and it gives off kind of a guttural, like snorting, almost like a snorting snore awakeness. You know what I mean? Like where if somebody was awoken, and it speaks. Pardon my rudeness for being asleep, it says. It's been a long time since I've seen travelers like you in these parts.
Look
What
here.
does he say? What
Am I
language
Out
is
drunk?
it?
loud, or is it speaking our minds?
In common. No, he's speaking out loud in common.
Out loud in common.
Have I been drinking again? Trees.
And the
No,
satyrs are like,
no.
it's good to see you, Feanor. We're going to go restock our, you know,
Booze.
whatever, booze. Yeah. Which, of course, only Tukes can understand because they say it in Sylvan and they kind of scamper off like into the larger part of the meadow.
Yeah.
I guess we made it to their home.
Yes, Elrin, you're right. The tree is talking, and apparently we've brought the drunken, horny fellas back to their home.
The
And as the
drunken.
Goofy?
satyrs kind of like stumble off to the side, the tree, like its little trunk turns to watch them go, but it turns back to you and it says, I apologize for their behavior. I'm sure they're grateful to you, but they're so happy to be home they've forgotten their manners. Why are you here traveling through the forest?
Hmm.
A book is narrating our lives here, and it's very strange.
That does seem that does seem strange.
Yes, you wouldn't happen to know who this voiceover narrator is, would you?
Uh, are you hearing voices in your head?
Oh, more than usual. Yes.
That
Hmm.
that's beyond me, I'm afraid, friend.
Does the name Lurue mean anything to you?
Sure, Lurue is a guardian of the forest.
That's whose book we're in. The lore of Lurue.
He's
You're inside
breaking
of
the
a book
fourth wall again.
You're in a book right now.
We opened a book called The Lore of Lurue, and we got pulled into a white light, and now we're in the forest.
Oh,
Yes, our poor man, he's had a little bit too much to drink tonight. Yes.
give me a moment. Give me a moment, and let me. I can communicate with the wildlife in the area. And he kind of like bends his, you know, treant body down and places some roots. You can see like some of the roots come up and kind of grasp into the dirt itself. And he leans forward slightly and turns as if he's listening to the ground itself. And you can even feel kind of the ground out coming from him trembles just a little bit. Like you can feel him kind of
Hmm.
reaching out through the ground, and he says, I believe that the pool of eternal spring is being sullied. It's tainted by a bloodlust. If you continue through the forest north, you'll come towards the pool, and if you can find out what's tainting the pool and clean it and cleanse it for the forest, we will return to our natural balance.
Hmm.
If you head north directly from the meadow, you'll eventually come to a community of sprites. It's called Dewlight, and you should ask to speak to one of the sprites named Wildoli. He might have further information for you. And he kind of gestures one of his branches, and
Hmm.
you do see, unsurprisingly, uh, a path to the north of the meadow. That just that single path continues to the north out of the meadow.
Uh, there were reports from the Satyr folk of ravens attacking them, and
Well,
we
that wouldn't
encountered.
surprise me. They have a tendency to throw rocks at birds.
Oh well. Hmm. And we also encountered some wolves that appeared to be injured.
Yeah, there's been wandering groups of humans in the forest that's been slaughtering animals. My assumption would be that they are somehow linked to the tainting of the pool of eternal spring.
So what you're saying is we need to clean the taint.
It's always good advice.
Excellent. I
We're,
volunteer.
we're pool cleaners now.
If you would, this might help you. And again, you feel the earth kind of around the base of the tree ant rumbles up, and some of his roots come up, and they're holding a couple of vials, um, and he like pops one of them up and identifies it as this vial here. If you drink it, it will give you the strength of a hill giant, and this vial here, if you drink it, will heal you. In fact, I would say it would heal you greatly.
They're,
Tukes will take them.
they're amazing gifts.
Many
Uh,
thanks.
so we need to seek out Will Dooley,
Dolly.
Julie.
Dooley in the Sprite Village to the north.
Yes, it's called Dew Light.
Do light. How many leagues is it from here? How many hours travel?
Oh, you have tiny little legs. That's probably a couple-hour walk. It's not very far.
Hmm. We've been walking for how long? 3 or 4.
Probably, yeah, probably 2.5 to 3-ish hours.
And it was morning when we left, and now it was
No, the sun was I'm sorry, the moon was just rising as you arrived.
right when we were at Candlekeep. I mean,
Yes, but when you arrived in the high forest, the moon was just rising.
right. But our relative time was morning, and we had
Yeah,
just woken up. So we don't
you're
even though
fresh.
it's
Yeah,
late, we're refreshed
correct.
still
Yeah,
after
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Perhaps we should just go. It's the right thing to do.
So what could possibly be tainting the pool of eternal spring? Do you know what it is, or what we should be looking for?
My best guess is that it has to do with the humans that are killing the animals.
Oh,
If only you had a druid among you.
oh yes, yeah, that's road would be quite helpful right now. But
He's sleeping.
Oh,
He couldn't make it on this trip, unfortunately.
eh, eh. So we basically have to go kill a bunch of humans to save the
Uh,
forest. Well, maybe not do that, but we'll find some other way.
what more can you tell us about Lurue?
well, Lurue uh, is asked by Maliki, the great forest deity, to protect the forest in her stead. Lurue is one of the handmaidens of Maliki. Maybe Lurue could be the child of Selune. I'm not sure, but Selune uh, provided Lurue to Maliki in order to guard the forest. Lurue was previously in Selune's uh, whatever, the Selune's
Service.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she handed Lurue to Maliki in order to help guard the forest. They're both unicorns.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Is that
that's what she
still on
is.
the book?
Lurue is a unicorn
Larue's a unicorn, a glorious unicorn.
who wrote a book.
I, I I'm I can't really speak towards your obsession with your belief that you're inside of a book right now, but I don't know if unicorns generally write
We
books.
can
That's
just chalk
what I'm
that up to continuous schizophrenia. It's fine.
Well,
All right. Well, if we're gonna go clean the pool, we should do this.
Yes, cleanse the taint.
I was going to stay away from that phrase, but let's let's own it.
I am ready.
Sure.
Thank you, friend.
Into the thick of it.
Fedor, thank you, thank you.
All right. There's a path north.
Sorry, we have to
A,
leave. Yeah.
a clear path. The only path
clear
that you
path.
can see. It is a clear path through
I
the
can't
North
go
Forest.
east. I can't
Nope.
I mean, you
Nope.
could. You could try if you like.
You'd
try. The
fall off the
forest
vine.
closes in around me.
You'd slip off the page of the book and die, probably.
It's
Yes.
true. It's true.
Book
Did
will
you
tell
say
us
sorry?
where
We
we're
have to
going.
leave.
That's true. We do.
No,
We
I
have to
said
leave.
leave. Yeah.
We have to leave now.
Excuse me.
All right. Kirkan just kind of grudgingly trudges off north, like it. Sure.
As I'm walking on the path, I'm constantly scanning the ground below us for the rails
Hmm.
of the
You don't want to go
railroad.
off the rails, yeah. I guess you're welcome to try to go off the path. Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Oh. So you all head off towards the north path. Off you
Yeah.
go. With
So
Indeed.
Kirkan, try not to piss off the narrator, okay?
yeah, I know. So yeah, so you
It's
head off towards
literally
the
my
path,
only goal.
and it is a very quick walk. It's probably less than an hour it takes you, um,
Hmm.
and kind of once again you get that kind of sensation that the trees kind of are starting to thin out again, and you feel like you're about to enter another clearing. At which point, of course, that voice comes over again and says, traveling northwest through the forest, the heroes arrive in dewlight. Its fairies and sprites are not seen with their eyes, but Feanor's friend may help them connect the signs. And as you enter into the clearing, um,
Will Dolly is his name, right? So was it.
moss-covered trees and overgrown brush suddenly thin out, giving way to a small glen, not more than 100 feet across. This area is peppered with colorful mushrooms growing virtually on top of each other. Some of the clusters are more than 3 feet high. A warm glow emanates from tiny lanterns that hang from each mushroom, and jutting up from the caps of the mushrooms, chimneys made from petrified bark let out wisps of acorn-scented smoke. These mushrooms appear to be homes, dozens of them, scattered around the clearing, but you don't see any creatures.
Right? Nothing?
You see nothing.
Do you suppose they're asleep? Do we hear any singing? Like la 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 la?
Nothing, nothing.
Oh,
There's a hush over this tiny clearing.
um, what do you know of sprites and the language they would speak? Is it like the satyrs, you suppose? A Sylvan or an Elvish or some whatever they were speaking? Tooks?
Sylvan.
Do you want to speak out in that language and let them know we're
Hello, is anyone here?
here to find Will Doley? Dooley?
Will Dolly, where are you?
We're looking
No.
for Will Doley. Is anyone
Can you
here?
see that? Can you see that picture I
Yeah.
popped up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so adorable. Yeah, so as you step forward and say, Will Doley, is Will Doley here? You do actually see a little poof and a tiny sprite appears. Um, he's appears very elderly. I mean, you've probably not met too many sprites, but this looks like a tiny old man. And yeah, he steps out from behind one of the mushrooms and he says, greetings, big folk. I, Weedoli, welcome you to Dewlight and suggest you be on your way.
Well, Fedor sent us here, right? So yeah. I look over at Tukes and Fedor. Yeah, Fedor said to go to this guy.
Talking maple tree.
I'm speaking in
Yes,
common.
he greeted you in common as well.
Oh,
Oh,
What do you mean? What do you mean Fedor sent you?
yes, we were
Something-
just talking with the tree.
Something about the pool of eternal spring being tainted and needing to be cleaned, serviced, as it were. And we should seek
Yeah.
out some entity named Will Doley. That's you.
Hello.
Glorious. Yes.
We're going
How
to
do
do you a good
how do we
service.
get
Yes.
how do we get to the pool of eternal spring?
Pretty much to the north. You see this path conveniently to the north here? It leads you
The
right
one
to the
that
pool.
continues to the north.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you know about the tainting?
Well, yeah, there's definitely been signs of some kind of battle brewing. There's been predators in the woods stalking through the forest, and thunder and lightning shooting overhead, all towards the north like thunderbolts.
Red lightning?
Yes, red lightning.
Hmm.
Curious.
The eternal spring itself, it's generally been a place sacred to uh, one of your gods named Lurue.
Not sacred to you, though.
No, I don't. We don't worship the gods of you people.
Yes. Lame.
But isn't it LaRue's job to protect this forest?
Yeah,
Has that not been going well
it's
lately?
not been going well lately.
Do you suppose something has happened to LaRue?
I
Have you heard
suppose.
anything? Any rumblings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I just say there's been lightning shooting overhead towards the north?
Of course.
I assume that something's
Don't you
going on up
listen?
there.
Telepathically, I'll tell him, it's like, you are talking to a sprite, okay?
Yeah. I mean, he is a thing in D&D.
My bet, if I were a betting sprite, would be that whatever is going on up there, it's probably going to come to a crescendo at the peak of the winter solstice, which is probably like a day tomorrow, maybe, or
Oh, crap.
maybe 2 days, but probably tomorrow. Tomorrow night is my bet.
And how long a journey north from here to get to the pool?
I don't know.
Never
You just
been
know
there?
it's north.
It's north. I don't. How do you guys travel? Do you like fly or what do you
We
do?
we walk on feet.
That seems really depressing for you. Sorry.
Tell me about it.
I would guess it would probably take you, I don't know, half a day maybe to get up there.
Hmm.
Wait, that's a lot of walking today.
Would you like to
Yes.
show us where it is?
No, no, I sure won't. You should probably hurry though. Danger along the way might impede your travel. No time to waste. Should probably get out of our meadow.
Moving
They
right
clearly
along.
would like us to leave.
Yes.
Good day.
I
I'll
don't.
tell Fedor all about this. Yes, he'll have lots of fun.
I don't think
Lodge
we're
your
gonna.
complaint. Follow me on
Giant,
Twitter.
giant talking tree is the complaints department.
Yep.
Cool. Well, clearly feeling unwelcome and being totally disinterested in remaining in a state of diswelcome, Kirkan will just simply turn on his heel and begin walking north.
Good day.
Good day.
At least he's walking north.
Biday,
Good day, mate.
biday, biday.
At what point would you all like to camp? We've been walking for 5 hours or 6 hours, and we have 12 to go.
When the sun rises.
Well, we got a time limit, it sounds like. We should probably get moving as much as we can.
Yeah, let's
If we spend too much time, you might miss
Safe
a
then.
deadline.
It's too bad we don't have mounts.
It is too bad you don't have mounts.
Hmm.
Well, Let's keep going till the sun rises and see how we feel.
Yep, you keep walking, keep on moving. Would somebody else like to make me a D20 roll?
Sure.
So as you're traveling along, in the moonlight, see our passive perceptions. Elrin, Loke, Tukes, you all notice as you're traveling down the path, you're coming along, there's a giant gnarled tree that kind of grows out of the side of the path, and its roots kind of enter a little bit onto the path itself. And as you're walking past it, you notice that it appears to be bleeding golden colored sap out of it, out of the bark itself.
Golden sap.
If anyone would like to make me either a nature or a survival check, if you want to stop and look at it. If not, you can keep walking.
Yes, I would like to.
Nature.
Survival.
Oh, wow, Tukes. You have heard of this before. Uh, this is a kind of enchanted tree that has likely been touched in some way by the Feywild itself, and you believe that that sap has healing properties.
I tell everyone in my studies of the lost culture of the tribes that exist on the edge of the Feywild, I was able to determine that they use some sap like this for its healing properties.
Should we collect some?
I
Do
like
you
dip
have?
my finger in and lick.
Oh yeah, it tingles, and you
Oh,
feel
rejuvenating.
refreshed and
Yeah.
rejuvenated and good all around.
Oh,
So,
lovely.
so how did this tree get wounded? What was I say? How is it seeping out? What type
It's
of a,
just
like somebody
Just
cut it?
seeping out of
it's
a crack.
seeping
Yeah.
out like, yeah, the crack in the bark. It's just
Mhm.
like bleeding out of this
Oh,
crack
oh,
along the
oh.
back
Okay, I thought
bark.
maybe someone damaged it.
It could have been that somebody cut into the bark itself. You could try to investigate it if you wanted to determine whether or not it was a natural occurrence or if somebody
Just
had pried it open in some way.
some wondering whether the humans did something to it.
So
Sons
you
of
get down
bitches.
there, yeah, you take a look, you scrape away the sap itself and kind of get into the bark of it. And from what you can tell, it does look like it naturally split. You don't see any kind
Oh,
of evidence
oh,
of a
okay.
dagger having
No
dug
auger
into it.
or anything.
Nothing like
Yes.
that, no.
Into the
Oh,
bark of it.
Do you have any kind of containers that you could hold the sap in?
I have an oil flask full of oil that I could empty and clean out, perhaps.
Sure. If you want to take a moment to do that, you can certainly get that done.
I mean, like
Um,
short of this is viscous stuff, right?
yeah, it's thick.
It wouldn't fit. It wouldn't easily go into a wineskin. This is more of a vial or a.
Yeah, more of a vial.
Okay. All right. I will uh, ask if our wizard could help prestidigitate this and clean it once I dispose of the oil.
To digitate is I'm not that kind of wizard.
I will do my best and empty out the oil, and maybe I'll drink some of it, or someone will.
Delicious. What's the worst that happens? It's just a little oil.
Sure.
You could probably into an oil flask stick 2 doses worth. And 1 dose of this sap will heal you 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Okay. That sounds like a healing potion.
Mhm. Well,
Level
2d4,
healing.
yeah. So this took you probably, at least a half an hour. But if you continue on after that, it's relatively uneventful as you make your way. And once again, as you get that feeling that the trees are starting to thin into an opening, that voiceover comes right back into you, and it says, "In a clearing in the dense forest, the heroes discover a wooden shack with a wisp of smoke rising from the chimney. And then as you step out into the next kind of clearing that you've come to, you see gnarled bushes and dead or diseased trees, uh, surround a rundown wooden shack. A wisp of smoke does indeed rise from the rotted out hole in the roof that's lined with fungus. South of the shack is a low stone wall that forms the perimeter of a large hole, while east of the building is a larger wooden structure covered with creeping vines. As you come closer, you can see light inside the smaller shack. In fact, hold on, let me switch you to a map.
Ooh.
Oh, well, let me change to map view.
So yes, so you can see. Um, I drew this extra thing in because I had like no entrance to this thing, so you guys would be coming up here. Forgive my awkward drawing. And as you get to like just about here, you can see this is the only entry into the shack itself, and there is light seeping out from underneath that door. This is the walled. Um,
Our
Stone
tokens I think
wall.
need to be resized for your map.
Yeah, they're a little big.
They look all right.
There you go.
So this is alone. Essentially, it looks like a well. This is the shack, and then this is the larger
Which
building
one
over
had
here.
vines, you said? Vines were about.
A wisp of smoke rises from a rotted out hole in the roof here. South of the shack is a low stone wall that forms the perimeter of a large hole, while east of the building is a larger wooden structure covered in creeping vines.
Oh, that's the one that says creeping vines all over it.
And the vines one is the one that had light, or is it
This is
the?
the one. There's light seeping out from underneath this door here.
Hmm.
Huh?
Perhaps we should go to that one.
Yes. Interesting.
Any is it the same weird no animals sensation in this part of the forest?
Yeah, I mean, you do hear on occasion like the hoot of an owl or a rustle in a bush. It's just not as much as you would generally expect.
I
Tootie.
think both of those things could just be Kirkan.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. Is it Kirkon's owl? Is it a different owl?
And his little
Rustling
mage
bushes
hand.
again. Yeah.
Got mage hands out there.
Watch those mage hands. Keep them to yourself.
Let's
All right. Well, let's proceed, man. We're not just going to hang around here for our health.
Yes, we have to get to the next chapter. Yes.
we didn't get dressed up for
Does
nothing.
the path does continue up here to the north? You could certainly circumnavigate everything and go straight towards the path if you so chose.
Oh, I don't think we're those kinds of adventurers.
No, but I
Yeah.
do suppose doesn't it feel like things are I mean, this narrator is narrating, but it doesn't it feel like maybe there are things being put in our way? Like we have a schedule. Like our goal is to go and figure out the cleaning of the well source.
Well, maybe
Was that
these
our goal?
person or thing in here might tell us what this
When we were
message
sucked
is.
into this book, the narrator didn't say anything about a goal.
No, but we've been given a task from a tree.
Sure. I mean,
Like
how
you,
often
like
does
you
that
do,
happen?
right? Seems normal.
Why don't we walk past the one with the light in and see what's up? I would hate to get stuck in vines and fall down a well or whatever that is over there. Maybe we look in the well before we walk up to the house with the light. See what we
Sure.
can see.
Oh, yes. Wells are
I
always good.
approached the hole.
Or the hole. Excuse me.
You guys both have dark vision, right?
Correct.
Everyone
Yeah.
kind of does. Okay. Um, it looks like a well. Are you going
I
to
will
kind of peer down or?
Yeah, how deep
I
is it?
will I will light up dancing lights
Oh,
cantrip
nice. Yeah, yeah.
and send two balls of light down into the hole.
So
Uh,
Kirkon and Lok Alakir, you're both looking into there, right?
Oh yeah.
yes.
I'll move
So yeah,
over. Can be
as you
I'm going to like hide in the shadows of these trees just to be a little
as you
stealthy.
send those lights down and you're watching kind of lights go down, it's about 30 feet deep. But as the lights kind of pass down something, you both notice that there is something camouflaged. It's trying to be hidden. but there's definitely something up there. And as soon as kind of those lights pass by, it starts to rush up out of the well. And we'll go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh yeah.
You're just
Oh
so
God. What? Frick.
wonderful. I think Tukes is a little closer, probably, right? Yes.
Probably there's fine.
Oh, I didn't
So
make one of
Whoa, what
these.
the?
Gosh.
DM, I have something called Vigilant Blessing.
Yeah.
It says,
Why
as an
is
action, I can give one creature, including me, advantage on the next initiative roll.
why
Okay.
is this?
Apparently, this is something that I should just have already done, and it's for whatever reason, it's not like you can use it this many times per day. It just
Sorry.
exists.
Ignore that. I did the wrong thing. Okay. So are you giving somebody advantage?
I would like to give myself advantage, but the way that this is worded is that I would like give myself the blessing of advantage, but in like when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
It's kind of neat thing that I didn't realize existed. Let me do this. I don't know if it helps. Let's see.
This is
Sure.
weird.
Not awful. We are missing an Elrond, I think.
Yeah, I'm having problems rolling. It keeps trying to roll digital dice inside.
Oh, you might have to turn off the digital dice.
I'm trying to figure out how to. I don't
Click the
see.
gear next to your character's name.
Huh. Where is?
You have to go into your edit character.
Yep.
And edit character. I was
The
like
home
looking at it
screen.
going, why in the heck is this thing doing this?
And digital dice listing is on home.
Yeah.
Oh. Why in the heck would this thing be on?
It defaults to on.
It actually occasionally gets just turned on, in my opinion.
Yeah,
On.
I don't particularly like it. I feel like it's too much going on because we're also rolling in this tool.
Whoa. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Didn't even give me a chance to decide. Uh,
Oh yeah, because the advantage is probably auto because of your dagger.
I was like, oh shit! What did you guys wake up?
All right. So Elrin, you notice as the two of them kind of peer over, they pull themselves back and are like, ah, just as this creature, kind of a tentacly, uh, lizard almost like creature, pulls itself up out of the well. What would you like to do?
It looks kind of not happy, right? Yes.
Does look not happy.
So, I guess bonus action hide to get advantage. Or no, on second thought, I'll just steady aim. Steady aim. Says, hey, great, I get a chance to work with my new friend here. And I get advantage.
A 20 will hit. Oh, it's 22. Sorry. Wow. Did you just do 29 damage?
Yep.
That's amazing.
And oh crud, this thing is pretty good. See, I want to do a bonus action. No, I'm in a good spot. I'll just leave it here.
All right. Loke, as this creature flings itself up out of over the edge of the well, you see this arrow from Elrin just stick it right in the side, and it seems quite out over that one. But what would you like to do?
Yes, I would like to use a bonus action to telekinetically shove the creature away from Kirkan and I.
Okay.
And what I would do is I would
Excuse me.
move to here and shove it diagonally southwest from me. The DC for that is Strength 16 for the creature.
Okay. Give me a second. Oh wow,
So it just gets moved 5 feet
5 feet like
diagonal. Yeah, away from us. You know,
like
the idea is that it's not with us anymore.
okay.
And then what I would like to do is go over here and click a thing. And I am going to cast a spell edit. I'm going to toll the dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ah,
Mm, 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 mm. That's a wisdom save, right?
it is. See if it does anything. And it has been wounded officially because I saw an arrow or a bolt in it, right?
Mhm.
Right. DC is also 16.
It crushed it. Got a 22 for its saving throw.
Awesome. That is my turn.
All right. So this creature, this Grick,
Oh,
is
sorry. One other thing. May I interpose myself without falling into the well? Can I kind of stand there between Kirkan and the creature? Or no?
not. You could guess I kind of stand in this area right here.
Over there?
Yeah, yeah, because it's gonna have to come around.
Right.
And it will. It will make its way kind of around here,
Good.
come
That's
up here,
yeah.
and it will attempt to attack you.
Bring it.
It's been brought.
23 for 12
23 does hit.
damage. That was with its tail, comes lashing out to hit you, and then it's going to try to reach out. It's got all these like kind of writhing tentacles around you, and it's going to try to grab you with these tentacles and bludgeon you with those.
Reach out and touch
Holy potatoes! I'm
someone.
so sorry. That was a crit for
Oh.
53 damage.
Good night, sweet prince.
Wow.
You're out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had
Okay.
47 hit points.
So
Yeah.
give me 1 second here. So you guys see as this tentacly creature comes over, it
Okay.
grabs Lok Alec here. It kind of lifts him up, and it shakes him in such a way that you are certain that that body, maybe it's got no bones in it at this point. And at that second, you hear this strange kind of doo 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 sound, and Lok Alec here's body is gone. And just give me 1 second. I'm going to send you a message, Pete.
Oh. Wait, is this like a
And he has disappeared. So here you are. Okay, I'm going to send it on Discord.
All right, perfect.
It's like, holy shit, what the hell?
You know, I was going to cast a spell that I have on myself, but it would have already expired because we've been traveling for more
If
than
you're
8
on the
hours.
stream,
Oh.
I think it's this sound right here.
Oh, hold on. All right, let me unmute.
Do, 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 do.
I think it's this sound. Did it go?
It did.
One day when I was actually painting
Did
houses.
you hear it?
I did. That's a very sad sound.
And it's going to finish its movement. I'm just going to move you off down here, Pete.
Okay,
It's
thank
going
you.
to finish its movement and come forward here. And Tukes.
Tukes is going to release her Kraken. She's going to use the Arms of the Astral Self as a bonus action.
Mhm.
It is a Dexterity saving throw, DC 14.
Yeah, finally I'm rolling like myself again.
And it takes 6 force damage.
Okay.
And then
It does look
Tukes,
kind of rough. That first that attack by Elrin really did some damage to it. Like some of its tentacles are just hanging limp.
Tukes will Rending Dragon Claw with a 1. Yeah. And then Flying Sidekick. Oh my god.
Oh jeez. Oh my god. You're just really kind of distracted by the fact that Loke just disappeared, and that
Yeah.
you're making these attempts to pummel the creature, but you're also kind of like looking around to see where his body went, and you just don't manage to land anything.
Shook it and flew somewhere. Yeah.
Would you like to do anything else?
Whimper quietly, I suppose.
Harkon.
Khan is going to stand tall before the creature, glaring at it, and his eyes will flash for a moment, and Mr. Homeslice must make a DC 16 intelligence save.
Finally, something. He is not very bright.
That's what I'm hoping.
And he takes 10 damage. And what else does Tasha's Mind Whip do?
Yeah, he takes 10 damage on his next turn. Oh, it takes 10 damage. It can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn. Moreover, on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets to move, it takes an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the three.
Okay.
So, and now that it doesn't have a reaction, Kirkan's gonna bail the fuck out. Not gonna get hit by the tail, and actually circle kind of around to the other side of the thing. That'd be 5, 10, 15. That'd be 20 to get to there. And there's no. Loke's body has disappeared.
Correct. Loke
It's
is
just gone.
correct.
He went from unconscious
Oh my
to
Like
disappeared.
you saw him shaking, and then he was just the body was gone.
Okay, well, I'm not that kind of wizard anyway, so
You're not a book
well,
wizard? Yes.
I'm not a healing wizard. I'm not a nice wizard. So well, I maybe use my bonus action to consider what might have happened to Loke. Do I have any idea what?
Give me an Arcana check. I'm going to send you a message as well on Discord.
Okay.
This is spooky.
All right,
Message
Elrin.
received.
I'll send a telepathic message to Tooks and say, Tooks, get the hell out of there. And I'm going to move behind this tree and bonus action hide.
Okay, give me the roll.
That's my stealth check. Do you want me to send it whisper or just
No, you can roll it.
see how bad it is?
You feel like you're pretty well hidden. You'd feel like you would get advantage on this creature right now.
So give another shot at this guy. Come on.
That will definitely hit. So that is 24 damage.
24.
It takes that other hit, and it is like just thrashing right now around. Its tentacles are blindly kind of waving at this point. It's leaking viscous fluid everywhere. It doesn't seem to know what's going on. And of course, it's also under the influence of Natasha's mind whip too, in addition. Would you like to do anything else?
I used my bonus action to hide, which probably isn't the right order. I should have used it differently, but stay my ground.
So it's going to choose to take its action. So it's going to be lashing out with those tentacles. It's going to try to lash at Tooks for 30 damage.
Can you? Tooks takes it.
And once it gets it wrapped up, Tooks' poor tiny little body wrapped up in its tentacles, it's going to lift it up and it's going to try to jam its beak into her body.
Oh, so it entangles
But
me when it hits?
Yeah, like it entangles you on a hit. Well, I don't know if it actually, it just says if it hits with its tentacles, the Grix can make one beak attack against the same target. So I guess it's just like grabbed you for a second. You're not like restrained or anything, but it just kind of headbutts you down.
Okay.
But obviously it's so blinded at this point with its leaking blood into its eyes that it doesn't manage to hit you. And Tooks.
All right. Tooks is going to...
Now
Get it
gets
in the
its reaction
clam.
back,
Yeah.
by the way. Tooksy.
So 13.
13 does not hit. You're so... Oh, 17 will hit! Oh, no, I'm sorry. I lied to you. frick, 17 does not hit. So it's while it's kind of just wildly thrashing around with these tentacles, it's you can't get a solid hit into it. It's moving around too much.
Nope. And a 17.
Nope. Anything else?
Yes. I am going to action surge.
All right.
Do it. Do it.
16 does not. 24 hits! You finally managed to Judy chop it right in its face, and it reels back, shrieking. It's barely remaining standing at this point. It's its tentacles have dropped away from your body, and it's just kind of like flailing a little bit off to the side on the ground, but it is still kicking.
Oh my god.
Anything else?
No, I don't think I have anything else. I think that's all I got.
Archon!
Oh, I should've-
Kirkan is going to put fingers to temple and concentrate, and he's going to send forth a mind sliver, DC 16 intelligence. A -1.
Wow.
It's not a smart creature. So at
No.
that point, it kind of flips over like on its back, just screeching, and you just see like stuff starting to ooze out from the side of its mouth, and it kind of just slowly stops moving completely. You have
Excellent.
destroyed the Grick Alpha.
I believe that the effect that has taken Loke is some kind of a transportation mechanism. He has been transported somewhere. It is not final, and he was not dead. So we must find him now. Unless the idiot can find us.
I'm gonna peek my head over the edge of the well and look inside.
Yeah, it's, if you can peer down that 30 feet to the bottom, there's no water down there. It was clearly being used as a lair for this creature.
Yeah,
Delightful.
wonderful.
All right. So where do we look?
I would say in the house first.
Oh, okay. I am going to take a potion of healing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Be a good idea.
I have 2, so we'll do the first one. It's gonna do 9, and the second one, 7.
You have the greater healing from the tree.
Right, but these are 2 normal ones that I
Okay,
had.
all right.
That puts me a little bit above, about 3/4 the way. It's fine.
Oh, I got one more message for you, Pete. Hold on. Just thought of this one.
How you looking there, Tooks?
I'm fine.
I can't be having you die on us. And I hand you over 2 potions.
Oh, no,
The
I kind of wave
2d4
you off.
plus 2.
I wave you. Maybe one. Maybe one.
Okay,
But not.
one
not
would be
both.
good. I really can't see you. You're up in the front.
Yeah, I'm always up in the front though. So I'll roll one more. Ugh,
Ugh.
that's okay.
Yes.
You see, I'm much better now.
Ah, see, yes.
Let's head for the house.
This sounds fine. Yeah.
All right.
Which one? The left one or the right one?
The
Let's
one
try
with the smoke, one on the left.
The one
Yeah.
on the left has that light under the door.
Loke, you moron! Where are you?
I'm gonna
Kirkan is
say-
definitely hollering. He's not being quiet. Nobody's told him to be quiet, and he's a little pissed off that that he feels indebted to Loke for like stepping in front of the thing and kind of blocking him, and it's really pissing him off that he feels that way.
It looked really horrible. Like that
Yeah.
creature shook him in such a terrible way. He clearly took a lot of damage. Are you going to Tukes? Are you going to be opening the door, listening at the door, picking the door, testing the
Knocking at the
handle,
door.
knocking at the door?
Who can it
Uh,
be knocking at my door?
sure. You hear a little voice say, uh, "Who's out there?
It's
What's going
Tukes.
on out there? I don't know what Tukes. You should probably go away."
Oak.
Something just climbed out of the well and attacked us.
Sounds unpleasant. Probably go away now. Bye.
Is my friend Loke in there?
Nobody in here.
Well, there's obviously someone in there. You're talking to me.
Nobody's in here. Go away.
All right, I'm opening the door.
So as you open the door, first, kind of as soon as you open that door, a blast of sickly green light shoots out and hits you. If you want to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, DC uh, uh, higher than that, and you are hit with a ray of enfeeblement. Let's see. Oh, actually, I have to make a ranged spell attack. I apologize. Hold on.
Well, I was going to ask, is it a trap or is it a spell
It's
that I would have?
it's a spell, but apparently I'm not hit. Oh, I think that's so strange. Attack, save, con save. Make a ranged spell attack against the target on a hit. Okay, so it doesn't hit. It goes kind of zapping off over your head, and you notice that inside the shack is a terrible state of disrepair. The only contents of note are a ramshackled bed, a scratched up table, a warped wooden shelf with several containers on it, and a fireplace with wooden spoons and ladles hanging from hooks above it. To your left are two figures bound and gagged on the floor, while a blue-skinned hag looms just over them. She is who shot that ray at you, Tukes.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Let's roll initiative.
All right.
Oh my God. A 6, a 4, and an 8. Just
I mean, that's okay.
terrible.
I rolled a 6.
Well, the first encounter, I rolled a 6, and so I used a luck point, and it rolled a natural 1 for a 4. And now this time I was like, don't use a luck. It'll be fine. And it rolled a
Fine.
fucking 8.
So Elrin, you see Tukes opens the door, and this ray of green, like gross looking bolt of energy shoots out over her head. Clearly the person inside was expecting somebody taller. What would you like to do?
Could I get a reaction before we go into combat as this ray came by me?
Yes.
No, it was a surprise round.
All right.
Oh, crud.
She had it prepared. She was ready
Mhm.
and waiting for the door to open.
I guess I'm going to steady aim from where I'm at and say, Whisper, would you please do
She'll
me
probably have partial coverage from this angle that you're at because of the door and Tukes.
So it's a normal shot then?
No, it'll still
Or-
be an advantage. She just is
Oh.
going to have a slightly higher armor class because of the
Do you have
partial
sharpshooter? Doesn't
cover.
that remove partial cover?
Let me check.
Or
I thought I had something,
Yeah.
but
Oh, okay, yeah. If you've got sharpshooter,
no,
that's
I
great.
have no sharpshooter on this one. I took skill expert. Rats, but I got lucky.
Rat cat tooey.
It must be
All
Winter
right.
that has it.
Yeah. All right, Whisper, be so nice as to remove this creature.
Ooh, the 18 hits.
Oh, good.
So 17 damage. She kind of takes that arrow right to her side. She stumbles back a little bit, but she seems still pretty steady on her feet.
Oh, crud. I can't hide where I'm at, can I? No, I'm not in.
Oh, but you can move.
No, I can't. Steady aim.
You steady aimed, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you can't hide there.
So
You've got line of sight.
that's my turn.
Hercon.
I will step up here and put my hand on Tuke's
You can
shoulder
briefly- okay. I was
and
gonna say
say,
you can-
"Excuse me, dear girl," and kind of push her 5 feet south.
you can share her space briefly.
Yeah, you can step in and fire and
You don't have to
Step in.
push her away, yeah.
All right, that's fine. And then I will just chill touch.
Which is neither chill nor touch.
Neither chill nor touch, and I'm guessing a 14 does not hit.
A 14 does not hit.
Yep. And then I will step back.
Very polite to Tooks, not so much to other people. But Tooks is so sweet and tiny. She's the
You've
best.
you've annoyed me by like being chivalrous and like stepping in front of shit and fuck.
So she is going to
Does
kind
she have a
of.
higher dex than me?
I don't know.
I have a
Just the way that
16.
it went. Nope, she's got a 15. Do you want to go first?
I would actually really like to go first.
Okay, so let's see. Can
I'll just add .3 to mine
Yeah, do that.
because it's +3, and then if you resort it, it should put me higher than them.
Okay,
And keep
so
me
go
higher.
ahead.
So Tukes
go
is
down.
gonna step in, close the door,
What?
and activate her robe of scintillating colors,
Oh,
which says that everyone who can see me within a
Uh-huh.
30-foot radius with
Uh-huh.
the door closed means the rest of my party cannot see me.
you just see flashing lights now underneath the
Yeah,
door.
must
Pew,
make
Or
pew.
it's a rave under the door.
creatures
Yeah.
that can see me
Just
will
go
have
down.
disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna close my eyes, activate this robe. It doesn't say it affects me anyway, but and in addition, any creature in the light that can see me when the robe's power is activated must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become stunned until the effect ends at the end of my next turn.
DC 16.
16.
DC 15.
Okay, well she is not stunned, but she is clearly like, ugh. She is taken aback
But
by
there's
your.
3 people in that room.
Oh, you want these poor little guys to roll? Listen, they're already
They're
stunned.
bound
They're
and
bound
gagged.
and gagged on the
Okay.
floor. They're like, whoa, pretty colors, yay!
But and then I'll open the door again.
Okay.
Step in.
What would you like to do? Is that takes your action to activate it?
It takes my action to activate it. So
Okay.
I assume opening and closing the door is just a free action, and then, or
sure,
maybe use some movement or whatever.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna step right in.
So, Lindiri, Staggersoul, she is going to, she is clearly taken aback by this, and she's just going to kind of push her hands forward and shoot out some magic missiles at you. See. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. We'll just do this. 4, 8, 12. Tiny force darts are going to pummel into you for 12 damage. And that looks like about it. Elrin.
Oh, this will be fun. So now I've got someone standing there, but if I move, well,
I shouldn't. If you move like 1 north, I shouldn't be in your way anymore.
I think I can see straight at her now, can't I?
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Or does she get a bonus coverage?
No, you can probably see her pretty clearly now.
All right. Now I don't get advantage if I fire from here. Damn it.
Well, if you steady aim, you would.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Steady aim.
24
10.
hits. Jeez. That's at 25 damage.
Yep, 25.
Again, she takes that another arrow enters her. And she's like, she seems very upset by this arrow. This one clearly is caused her some more significant damage, but she is remaining on her feet, and she's just looking madder at this point. I'm sorry, all these messages coming in. Kirkon.
Well, poor
Alright.
Loke.
Step to here, and the lightning bolt is 5 feet wide, but I mean I can go straight at her and not hit.
Absolutely. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just gonna raise his hand and just flick out a lightning bolt, DC 16 dex.
Aha! Fails. She's so distracted by these colorful lights, she didn't even notice you come into the doorway, and this lightning bolt just hits her right on the chest. She stumbles slightly.
She thought it was another flashy light.
Yeah, she
Mm.
was like, "Whoa, that light hurt." Tukes.
Wow, she's still standing.
Yeah, she
Tukes
is still
is
standing.
going
She
to.
looks bad, but she's still standing.
Tukes is gonna. Tukes is gonna go for a spinning back fist.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
she hits it.
Oh, hold on. I think I have the. Do I not have it?
Oh, crack.
I thought I had bludgeoning. Nope, next level. Oh well. So that's one hit, and then I will burn a key point to stunning blow.
Okay,
I gotta find the. I think DC 14.
that's a con, right?
I think it's con.
Yep.
So she is now stunned, which means that I should have.
You get advantage on the next
get
one.
advantage on my next ones. Yeah. So we're gonna go all up in on her taco.
Jesus.
Yep.
You
For
punch
4.
up right into her taco, and this time you have selected the correct gender for your attack, and it seems effective.
And then palm heel strike.
That one misses because even though she is stunned, when you punched her in the taco, it did cause her to teeter over, and when you tried to follow through, didn't manage to hit it.
All right, and that'll be the end of my turn. So she is stunned until
She is
the end of
stunned.
my next turn.
Elrin. Oh, Elrin, if you're talking, I can see your lips moving. But oh, there you go.
So I get advantage just because she's stunned now. Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to steady aim. Come on, girl.
18 will hit.
For
25. Yikes. All right, yeah. She looks really bad.
And bonus action hide.
You'll have to break that line of sight. You can't just be kind of out in the open. If you want to step back into the trees, you can hide back there.
Yep. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get it right for the bow to work right. I was like,
all right, Karkon. Oh, Karkon's gone.
Kirkon went to grab a bowl of dinner. That's all right. He thought he had more time than that. But Kirkon returns to consciousness.
What the? Again, he was also just taken in by those flashing lights. You're like,
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Again, she is stunned, right?
Yeah.
I get advantage on. We'll just do a firebolt at advantage.
Yeah. That's like
23 hit.
Only for 5. 2d8 and I get 5.
She took that square in the chest. She is standing but smoldering. She
Tukes, it's up to you, buddy.
Tukes, you could end this right now, bud.
I could. And I'll try. She seemed to really react the last time I hit her in the taco.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, you found her weak point.
Oh no, she actually, she falls down to her knees. She's almost out of that stunned state. You can see her just clutching her taco at this point. Halfway up, you got to finish her, man. Put her out of her misery. It's just
as she jumps,
at
as
this
she
point.
comes down, I'm gonna jumping knee strike right into her face.
And that sends her reeling back onto the ground, splayed out completely. Clearly, her jaw has been broken.
Her jaw.
She's
like
just
full kobold Muay Thai. Like I jump up and grab her head because I'm only 2 feet tall, and then like pull myself up so hard I bounce my knee off her nose, but like fly up over her.
You
and
just
like
keep
land
going
on her.
up and she falls down.
Like
It's
anime
amazing.
style, like knee her and kind of keep flying up.
These dryads that are bound and gagged on the floor. Like at first they were like, "Whoa, pretty colors," but now they're just like, "Holy, what the name of Lurue is that?" It's horrifying. And yeah, she's out. Get rid of that. clear this out. What would you like to do? You have defeated this withered old lady.
I'm gonna use my knife, and I'm going to cut the bonds on the dryads.
Oh yeah, they are. Have you turned off the scintillating lights?
It just works for one
Disco,
round.
Oh,
disco.
it's just one round. Oh, okay.
Yeah, till the
Then
it's like
all right.
stunning blow. It's like until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So either they have disadvantage to hit me, or they're stunned.
Yeah, they're well. Then they're not stunned because they wouldn't try to hit you. They are exceptionally grateful. They're like, "Oh, thank you, you terrifying little creature. That was disgusting, but we're very grateful to you for freeing us."
You're welcome. Do you know where my friend Loke is?
No, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been tied up on this floor. We don't know where anyone is. Like
This
our friend has gone missing as well, Hannah.
uh,
This hag took her out of the shack a couple of hours ago, and she's been gone since then.
well,
Uh, Kirkon's just gonna stride over to the other building and just pull open the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I will reveal this. So this,
oh
uh,
my God,
uh,
we're so dead.
the moment you open the door, you're met with just a cacophony of wild sounds. There's clawing and gnashing at cages that confine all of these animals of all sorts. They're screeching and hollering and growling
Oh,
with
it's a kennel.
pent up aggression, and others sound like cries of pain. From where you stand, you guess there's about 18 cages. Most of them are occupied down the length of this building.
I
He's
try to
not in here.
I try to explain to the dryads what happened to Kirk. He was like, or not to Kirk, to Loke. He was fighting this tentacle thing with a beak, and then it grabbed him and like shook him, and he
Yeah.
looked really hurt, but then he just disappeared.
Oh, maybe it ate him.
No, that would require us to see that the thing put him into its mouth, and we punched it, and it died, and my friend wasn't inside it. He
Did you
just,
cut it open?
it's out there. We can go do that now, I guess.
Well, you could try that. We have to look for our friend Hannah. She's missing.
Okay. Well, I think my friend Kirkon just went into this other building. Maybe there's more information there.
It's a zoo. He's not in here.
Is there any dryads in there?
Yes.
And
There's one down at the end.
I turn and look at them and I say, maybe it's your friend.
Oh, they're going to rush forward and rush down through here.
We should let everything in there out.
They do come down here.
As long as it doesn't eat us. Yes.
I'll walk down, and anything that doesn't look like it's going to eat us, I'm going to just open the cage and keep going.
Yeah, as soon as you open the cages, these creatures start just running
Yeah.
out of here.
Just open. What is that?
This is an ape.
Gorilla.
I'll let him out. Yeah.
Oh, I just made him real big. That was terrifying.
He got flat. Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. Oh well, I don't know. He's a weird looking ape now. Giant rat. Ah, ah.
Yeah. I just walk down and letting all the
Noah's
heads out of the
Ark.
cages.
Yeah, they all run. And as you get to the end, these dryads have opened up this door. There is a third dryad in there. She's clearly injured. One of the dryads is summoning up good berries, and she's in the act of kind of shoving them into the dryad's mouth and like forcing them into her mouth. At which point, this dryad also does come conscious.
Lovely. Is she going to be okay?
Yes, she'll be fine. We're going to get her back into the forest.
Oh, that's a great idea. We're looking to help purify a pool.
A pool of radiance?
No, my friend Kirkon knows more about it. Please, if you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble, could you answer some questions for us?
We can try.
Lovely.
We can certainly try.
And I'll just kind of walk back outside. Kirkon, they may know more about this pool that we're going to. The lap pool of whatever.
Oh, the
Of
pool
eternal
of eternal
spring.
spring?
That
Yeah.
was it.
To the north.
It's got a taint.
It's been tainted.
I
That would
mean,
explain a lot. We don't normally have hags in the forest.
You don't?
Not
Interesting.
normally.
This place looks like it's been here for a while. That's not
They're
normal.
usually protected by Lurue.
Ah. And how far is the spring from here?
Oh, I don't know. Just to the north.
Guys, I'm gonna investigate the room and the body and see
Of
what I can
course.
find. Just not trying to steal everything. I know, come
Just
on.
make a quick investigation check.
Yeah, normal.
So what is it that could have tainted
Eh,
this pool?
not great.
We I, that goes beyond anything that we would normally do. I guess that sacred things can be tainted from unsacred things.
Huh. Interesting.
And
And I
Elrin,
pull out my little notebook and I'm sacred things can be tainted by unsacred things.
you find what is clearly uh, the extent of the hag's prized possessions are all gathered up on that one shelf over by the fireplace. It's just kind of a weird collection of tufts of fur from various things. There's a lock that's obviously from one of the dryad's hair, and there are two stoppered bottles.
Hmm. I can do an identify, but I'd have to spend a little time.
I think I'd like to
One of
spend a little
the
time anyway.
one of the bottles is red and swirling. You probably at this point would recognize that it's probably a healing potion. The other one is kind of a clear liquid that there's something kind of swirling inside of it. It's almost barely the same color of the liquid itself. You can barely see something just swirling in there. You don't recognize that one.
I'll cast identify then.
You
On the one you don't
cast it
recognize, you can.
or ritually cast it?
Oh, I can cast it as a spell,
Well,
first
I
level.
think we should take a break anyway,
Oh, okay. Well,
because then I'll get all my key
The
points back and
dryads,
we can.
the dryads say to you, you should not rest here. This is a bad place to rest.
Where should we rest?
I don't know, but not here.
I take the prized possessions off of that thing and offer the piece of the dryad back to the
You take,
dryad.
just snatch at that.
You probably don't want anybody else to have that, so.
No. And if you do cast Identify, it is a potion of clairvoyance.
Hmm.
And it's a greater healing potion is the potion left, which you
All
could
right.
probably all figure out.
Mm.
We cannot rest for long. Loke is clearly captive somewhere.
I think we all are. Oh,
I
in
I,
such a
I,
way.
a- I ask the dryads, is there a safe place for a short rest nearby?
Well, I don't know about a short rest or a long rest, but a little bit, maybe a 15-minute walk up the path. There's a a bit of a clearing, and we've often seen in the past humans camp there.
Hmm. Well,
Well,
we
Do
could
you
It's
ever
next.
do
It's
you ever
next to
hear a
a river.
voice when you're approaching the clearing?
Only our own voices.
Mm,
Hmm.
well then. I think we have our answer. Let's go to this clearing.
let's be quick about it.
On the trot then.
If you move on out there to the clearly marked path to the north, and
Yeah.
you move forward, it does take you about a 15-minute walk, and the you come to what you actually think is maybe the northern edge of the forest, and there is a river. The dryads had 1 second. The dryads had mentioned that there was a river there, and you see a river coming up towards the clearing here. And as you approach this bend of the river, once again that voice kind of comes over all of you and says, "At the forest's northern edge, the heroes find a place to rest." And at last, it seems as though you've reached that northern edge of the forest. The trees are fewer and farther between, and a short distance ahead you can see the edge of a body of water. As you come closer, you see it's a wide river running perpendicular to your path. Off to the east, the river runs between two swaths of dense forest. To the west is a well-worn trail that leads through the underbrush and seems to follow the water's course. On the ground in front of you are the remains of a campfire, suggesting that others have used this place as an area to rest.
Hmm. So we got choices? We actually have choices?
Let us take a rest here then.
Give me 10 minutes and I'll put up Leomin's tiny hut.
Ah, excellent.
Be a good idea.
And I ritually cast Leomin's tiny hut. Okay.
Yep.
We're ready for our
Hmm.
1 hour rest while our friend lingers in the valley between life and death.
You could take a 1 hour rest. You could take a long rest. You definitely get the feeling that this particular area is safe.
Well, I think that we're more concerned about the missing Loke,
Mm-hmm.
so a short rest is in order. Maybe.
The Dryads really feel like you should take a long rest.
All right. Well, I mean, I would agree with the Dryads then.
The Dryads will tell you this might be your only chance for a safe haven.
All right then. A long rest it is.
Would you like to set up any kind of
Tukes
walk?
is frightened.
Yeah, I had it as an active condition. I don't know why.
Do you want to set up any kind of watch as you go through the
Of
night, or just
course.
trust in the? Okay,
There's 3 of us, so we could each take a watch.
maybe a 2.5 hour watch each.
Sure. The dome's
Who's
impenetrable though, so
right? But if you want to keep an eye out, although Kirkon doesn't actually sleep, does he?
No.
He just sits there creepily.
Yeah. So
So
you
the two
actually
of you could actually just have the full rest
Yeah.
as Kirkon. So let's assume that, and we're actually going to take our own break too because I need a drink. But about halfway through the night, Kirkon, you do actually see someone stumbling up this path that you just came from, and it's actually Loke Alakir. He's running up the path from the south, using his dash action as he goes.
Look.
Where the hell have you been?
You're asleep, Elrin.
You're asleep. I'll just wave him over to the dome.
Yeah, well, he can't see you because it's like, impenetrable. But Loke, as you come into this clearing,
I can
finally,
step. Oh no, I'm not awake.
you're asleep.
Yeah.
You see an impenetrable dome that you may recognize as Liamon's tiny hut.
I am familiar with that because I also can cast that ritually.
Yeah.
You can have a duplex. Yeah.
I'll wake up the companions and have one of them step out and go get him and bring him back in.
Absolutely.
I'm not able to pass through the wall because I was not around and given permission when it was cast.
Doesn't actually 9 creatures immediately can fit inside the dome. The spell falls. Includes a larger creature. Creatures and objects within the dome. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing it. Spells another. It doesn't indicate that they have to be around when.
Right.
Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast the spell, can move through it freely. He was
there we
not
go.
within it. Yeah.
All right. So I'll let it drop and then take 10 minutes and cast it again.
Sure.
Why don't you rest, friend? I am refreshed. I shall take care of the dome now. Thank you.
Sure.
An amazing thing happened, and then I will trail off, and we can talk about that when we get back.
Yeah. Let's take a quick, like a 10-minute break.
All
Yeah.
right, sounds good. 10-minute break puts us at 8:35. So we will be right back.
So you complete your long rest. In the morning, Elrin and Tukes wake up, and you see that Loke is actually back in the hut with you.
I'm taking the long rest button.
Is that really Loke? Yeah.
Good day.
Long rest.
Look placement.
Loke,
Hello.
you're here.
I am. The funniest thing happened when that beast gnawed on me and shook me to its delight. I maybe passed out. I don't know, but I immediately woke up or recognized that I was in Candlekeep again, and the book was on the table. And so I opened up the book and hopped right in and started running. And it took me however long it took me to catch up to you, and I found the dome up. And anyway, you two were sleeping, and Kirkan was very grateful to see me. He was like he was getting misty. It was something. Just kidding, buddy.
I will burn you.
I know.
So
Anyway, it's very curious. One other thing that's interesting. So I don't think I died. I feel like I was shunted out of the book or something. And again, I feel like we were in the book, in this little realm.
Clearly.
And the sap that I had collected is no longer on my person.
the what?
The sap from the tree. The
The
golden sap.
golden sap coming from a fallen tree that had
Yeah.
healing properties.
Yeah, that is gone as if it never occurred. It never happened. Like
Does your flask still have oil in it?
I believe the oil is out of the flask,
But the flask is empty.
but the flask does not contain the golden sap.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's almost like maybe things that happened in the story can't be taken out. Like
And
I
it
was.
means we won't get our healing potions back when we leave the book.
We
But
should just use them.
well,
Whatever
yes,
we find in here, we should use.
yes.
I
Did you stop at the fallen tree again and grab more sap?
Oh no, that was the weirdest thing. I felt like I was running for hours, and I showed up and saw the dome. I couldn't tell you how long I was running. Well, really, I don't remember passing things that we saw before. I didn't say hi to the tree man or the sprites or anything or the whatever. I've just arrived and the dome was there.
So it means we should use the vial of hill giant strength and the vial of greater healing that the maple tree gave us. Because if we don't use them, they will disappear when we go back to Candlekeep.
We also have this potion of clairvoyance and a potion of greater healing. Another
So-
from the last thing.
We must use those as well. Use them or lose them, as my grandfather used to say.
Well, all right,
That's a
then.
successful memory roll for you right there.
Yes.
Right.
He was a colloquial son of a bitch.
I feel like I'm going to prepare a little bit better today. Do we know how long? Further had you traveled? We knew we were about a half a day's journey when I
Only
died.
about a half
15
hour from where you died.
Oh, so we have the better part of a day or half a day of travel to get to the pool, perhaps.
Yes. What typically I've noticed that the psychosis here talks to us just prior to us arriving at a place and sort of announces what's in that place. So I would postulate that when the psychosis begins speaking to us again is when we might stop and prepare ourselves at that moment, because something will likely be ahead of us.
Can you do postulation in public? I thought it was a private thing.
Yeah, you're using some big words, but I think what I heard was you want to stop, collaborate, and listen.
Entirely possible.
I will hold off on my spell casting of the Death Ward until then.
All right. Are we fed and watered? Are we ready to move?
I feel quite refreshed. In fact, I felt quite refreshed the moment I died.
You didn't die.
The
You
moment
you did something stupid and were kicked out.
I was deleted from the story. Wait, hold on.
Okay, Tron. Yeah.
Wait.
The
My
line between stupid and brave is very narrow.
sure. But if you recall my purpose is to protect you. You
Aw,
all.
sweet.
I feel like I
You're,
tried.
you're still an idiot. Kirkon gets up and walks away.
Aw.
And I suppose as you walk away, the dome fizzles away as you.
It just disappears as I step out of it. Yeah.
I guess we're moving.
And we're moving.
Very well.
Moving
What
right
happened after I
along.
left? I mean, died, but not died.
We fought, we killed, we won.
I figured we could walk and talk.
What is this, the West Wing?
Yeah, you'll be walking along the path, I assume, that's laid before you.
Yeah.
Looking for rails.
We have one path that makes sense.
It kind of
True.
follows the winding river.
Is there an arrow in the ground, carved into the dirt?
On occasion, you see little marks on the trees, like it's
Like
pointing this way.
through
way.
the dirt on the path, we see some yellow bricks.
As you gaze up into into the sky of the bright and glorious day, you see the clouds oddly forming lines pointing in this direction. Need to
We
travel.
walk the path of the beam.
Yeah, it's like a ley line.
Cool.
Like Power again.
Yep. So we'll set a good pace and just keep trooping. Dink, 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 dink.
Now, this path is the previous path was obviously a used path and well worn. This one is even clearer and safer. This one avoids the forest as a whole and travels kind of along the side of the forest as you go. And there's not, it's similar to when you are traveling at night. You can hear that there are creatures in the forest, but it's not overly lively. Nothing comes out at you as you make your way along. Um, I assume you catch Lok Alakir up as to what you
Yeah.
experienced previously, so he understands what's going on, and um, eventually, as the sun starts to set, and anyone who wants to can give me a nature check.
Hark! Do
Crap,
we hear
nature.
the narrator? Gosh, I am awful at the nature.
Wow!
Whoa!
Yikes!
Yeah, I'm terrible with it.
Listen, even a blind squirrel finds nuts once in a while, right?
But do they? Do they really?
Okay,
Accidentally.
this one's for the kids, right? Even an analog clock is right twice a day.
There we go.
So both
How
Kirkan
would
and
kids know what an
Lokalik
analog clock is?
yeah, I was gonna say I'm not, but you both feel like this sunset that's occurring happened a lot earlier than it should have. But the sun is definitely starting to set once again. Um, so as you follow the river, following the river course itself has kind of enabled you to make good progress, unimpeded in any way, skirting by the forest. And as the sun dips down below the horizon, the river makes a sharp turn north, away from the trees. And from the opposite direction comes a rumble of thunder and a flash of red lightning, quite vivid against the
Red
sky,
lightning.
arcing towards that northern pass. Again, the clouds were subtle. The red lightning is arcing exactly where you're going. The
Oh,
last leg of your journey, assuming that you continue on, takes you south along a wide trail through the forest. And after a few minutes, Elrin, uh, Loke, you guys hear kind of ahead of you some kind of gruff voices, growling, some rumbling kind of, and a sound of what you would probably interpret as some slight revelry. It's almost like the drunk satyrs, but this is much gruffer.
is it possible to determine language, or is it too far away, too muffled?
Give me an actual perception check if you want to try to make out a language.
I mean, I I will tell you the languages that I know, which is our abyssal, celestial, infernal, and gripply. And
It's Gripply, huh?
so
Believe it or not.
Grizzly warriors.
How long have we been walking? How long do we feel we've been walking?
5
5
hours,
chapters.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably close enough. I'll cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
So that's normally I would cast it in the morning, but I knew we had a trip ahead of us. So
sorry, I wasn't rolling with perception. How's that?
You believe that it's common. You on occasion make out like um uh words that are like trying to think of something that they would say like for the beast lord and like
Oh,
that type of thing.
Blood
I
for the
will.
blood god.
Blood for the blood god.
I will cast Death Ward upon myself.
Wow.
I feel like it might be time. I'll let the rest of the group know as well. It seems like folks are, I don't know, excited about something.
So this is just again they didn't really give you any kind of approach available, but you're coming down from the south
Mm-hmm.
and you do hear the voices of people and creatures up ahead of you. Would you like to approach stealthily or stompily, or
I
how
would
would you like to go in there?
like to be stealthily approaching.
There,
we're all a little
resize you
bit,
guys
a
for
little
some
bit big.
reason.
I heartily regret getting mithril splint instead of adamantine splint.
Yeah, after that crit, I'm sure.
This fake dying was tough.
Mm.
So if you guys want to give me a group stealth check.
Oof,
Oh, that's
that was
gonna be
horrible.
bad. That's gonna be bad.
That's
Wow.
not bad at all, guys.
Oh,
Good, Tukes.
Oh, that's
There
bad.
we go.
That's bad.
All right, let me
Yeah, but
see.
cleric, what do you want? At least I don't have disadvantage for wearing my big armor.
That's still a 15 altogether. 14.75. So
I will walk
pretty
back
good.
at the
Yeah, you're kind of at the
lower
end of the
back.
line there.
Oh,
So yeah, you guys managed to kind of creep up towards the sounds, and if you want to kind of display yourself just where you would be like right off the map, you know what I mean?
in a
Let
tree
me switch to
there.
and
That feels right. Duke's got
Why are
big.
there Why are there two Tukes?
Oh, all right, there's I put you on
Oh,
there,
sorry.
Tukes. That's okay.
I didn't scroll down to see the whole
Yeah, no,
under
no,
the
that's
map.
okay. So yeah, as you guys kind of approach, especially like Tukes and Kirkon, you really have
Oh, we're
kind
all
of
going.
a clearer view of it. You can see that there are 6 huts that circle a perimeter of a clearing. In the center of the open area, a large bonfire burns. Targets made from bones and stuffed animals, as well as dummies made from hides and furs, complete the encampment. A group of vicious looking warriors are gathered around the fire. They clink together their bone mugs and rip into raw animal flesh with their teeth. Fresh blood drips from their mouths and hands. It seems like a celebration of some sort. And occasionally, between the warriors' cruel laughs, you can hear the cry of, "To the Beast Lord!" as they chug down their liquid.
These look human, or are they?
They look human, yes.
Ugh, jeez.
May I stage whisper to Tukes that I have the ability to create a globe of darkness that might impede some of them for a while,
I mean,
or at least
do we
cause
just fight them?
confusion.
They're not hurting anyone. We shouldn't
Is
just
there?
attack someone if we don't know their intentions.
Well, I wasn't attacking. I was going to put darkness.
Blind them. I was gonna blind them.
permanent, so you can just step out of
You
it.
see these two giant, very large creatures that are kind of snuffling and growling.
Hmm.
Anytime one of the warriors kind of tosses a bone behind his back, they're like, "Argh!"
I turn and look at Loke, and I'm like, you realize that many things don't like to have spells cast on them, right? And how that could be seen as an
Heard
attack.
tell once of a dragonborn that did that.
I've never heard of that story. That sounds like a myth. That's fake
I mean,
news.
if I was suddenly in darkness, I would be on my watch, right? I would think that trouble is afoot.
Maybe I'll wait until after you negotiate and it goes south.
I don't negotiate. I'm terrible at that sort of thing.
We had a paladin that was charismatic.
I will. Kirkan points his finger towards Loke and uses the cantrip message so he can whisper to him. These are clearly the assholes who've been wandering around killing things in the forest.
God!
To the blood god, yes. Perhaps we should take care of this problem. You can reply to this message.
Doesn't want to fight them directly. He thinks it's rude to cast magic at people or something.
Rude? I didn't catch what the narrator told us.
He didn't come on.
No.
He didn't come on?
I will let Tukes know. So that was my reply to Kirkan.
Yeah.
My message to Tukes is that Kirkan believes that these are the vermin who have been killing animals in the forest. And I think perhaps
You notice that
We're waiting too long. I
this
fire a
large
fireball.
creature does start to kind of like snuffle like its head towards your group, and it seems to be like peering towards you.
do I
Yeah.
have
Kirkan launches a fireball
At whom?
at the camp at
at the fire pit.
at the fire pit, basically. 20-foot
Ugh.
Oh,
gets
I'm sorry. Did you say
everybody.
fireball?
Fireball.
Oh, I apologize. I thought you said firebolt. All right,
No.
do it.
He firmly believes these are the things that have been, attacking animals and stuff in the forest that the dryads are
Filled with
talking
righteous
about.
anger. Yeah,
I mean, it really, this is clear cut to him,
do
and
it.
he doesn't fuck around. So
All right.
I think it's a little bit smaller than this.
Yikes.
Not
That's
much.
okay. It would still hit them all.
it'll get
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna the berserkers here are I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. So bear with me for deck saves. Number 1. Nope. Number 2. Nope. Number 3. Nope. Number 4. Nope. They are completely taken by surprise. Let's see if these guys do any better. 1. Nope. And 2. The one that was looking towards you, he actually managed to dodge out of it because he had sensed your presence, and he was about to when this fireball comes in and explodes, blasting these people back. They were having a good time. They were just having a cookout. All of a sudden, a fireball
Just
explodes
a
them. Just
barbecue.
give me a
It's-
second to take away this 26 damage from all of them.
And 13 from the other one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Poof. Now they're all bald.
You guys
For real.
know. You guys know that Kirkan is not a patient,
Oh my gosh,
considerate
this
person.
warg actually goes down.
Tukes
Wiped him
was
out.
talking to Loke,
Yeah.
with her finger out, and
Boom!
sees the fireball go, and she just kind of leans over and looks at Kirkan on the other side of the chair.
Now let's roll initiative for the remaining folk here.
Not me.
Well, shit.
Sorry, guys. Just
Gosh, I haven't rolled over an 8 yet for initiative.
Oh crap! I did not test my
Whoa.
initiative thing.
Well, that makes sense with Kirkon.
true. Yeah, I did start this.
And you'll probably end this too because you just get another fireball right now.
Yeah, for real. All right. So these warriors leap to their feet, trying to slap out flames from themselves. And Kirkan, what would you like to do?
Let's see here. I need a Petey. I'm gonna use your
Good man.
thingamajigger. I'm gonna do ruler, cone.
Classic
Does
thingamajigger.
anyone else have this installed?
Yeah.
So Pete can see it, but if you don't have it installed, then you can't see
installed.
that I'm drawing a cone,
Ooh.
which is very handy. So I actually need to
VTT enhancement suite.
5,
Give her a
10,
Just do it.
15.
Yeah, he gets royalties, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 is going to get those two.
Ooh, this is
Okay.
off the screen. Let me bring that
Yeah.
3 and 4.
It's going to get 3 and 4. Holds out his hand, and a blast of icy cold energy
Oh, what's out their flames?
just flails out at those two.
I feel very confused by this quick temperature change.
It's true, yeah.
And then
DC 16 Constitution?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the first. I'm sorry, 3 and 4.
well, you burned off all their
They both
clothes. Now
fail.
you're gonna freeze.
Both
And they're
failed,
blasted for 10 more.
Yep, they take 10 cold damage. They're covered in ice for 1 minute or until a creature uses its action to break the ice off of itself or another creature. A creature covered in ice has its speed reduced to 0.
Okay.
So they can't move, and they got to use an action to get the ice off.
Oh,
And
can they
then
use their own
5,
action to get the ice
10.
off?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they walk out or something, right?
Yeah, they like fight their way out.
Right. Yeah, until it, for 1 minute or until a creature uses its action to break the ice off itself or another creature.
Okay.
So,
Yep. Okay. Great.
5, 10, 15, that's my 30 feet of movement. I'm going to slink back into the trees behind.
Yep.
And action, bonus action. I literally don't have a single bonus action. So that's it for me.
All right, Elrin,
This one back here on the left.
Berserker
Set.
1.
Steady aim. Go after that one. Oh, good lord. I guess we're doing it.
Hits for 22.
And it's still up, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but I mean he looks pretty rough. He's been blasted. Now he's got an arrow sticking out of his side. He's like, oh.
Yep, I think that's it for me. Hey.
All right. Well, in response, he's gonna rip the arrow out of himself and just move forward. He knows that the arrow came from down there, so he's moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, 30. He just makes it. And he finds Elrin there with his little bow. And he's going to take a swing at you with his great axe, which he will pull out and
Son of a bitch.
not hit. Oh, he does hit. Whoa! For
23.
6
Shield.
damage. Oh, son of a bitch. Wait, does shield add 4?
5.
5? Oh,
Till
all
the
right.
end of the
So
round.
he wangs off of this mystical energy, just leaving him like, ah. Loke.
Does that guy right next to us look really bad?
He looks pretty rough. I'd say he looks significantly less than half as good as he did when you started this whole thing.
All right. I will toll the dead. So wisdom 16.
Dun,
please.
dun, dun.
Wisdom 16. Nice.
He is missing hit points, and so that's 19 points. If
Oh, that actually, let me see. Yeah, that is exactly what he had. So he starts, like, he was vibrating already from that attempt to hit that mystical barrier with the great axe, and now he just keeps vibrating and collapses down onto the ground.
very good.
Poor little buddy.
Elrin, you should hide better.
Well,
he
I was
came
taking
right
a
at
shot.
you. Do you have
Berserker 2 is going to rush forward. Blood for the blood god! 5,
Sorry,
10.
I was going to use a bonus action really
Oh,
quick.
go ahead, yeah.
Just to is the fire actually out, all the way out?
I mean, there's probably some lingering flames about. Some of these tents are probably on fire.
I'm just going to use my bonus action to telekinetically push somebody into the coals.
Sure.
To
Give
knock
me
them
a
down.
yeah.
Knock
Give me a. It's a strength save.
It is a strength 16.
Oh yeah, this guy falls backwards. Boom! How many?
5 feet, and he's just shoved 5
Yeah.
feet.
Okay.
I
So
don't think I don't think I can knock him prone. I think it's just move them 5 feet.
okay.
That's it.
The iceberg slides back.
20, 25, 30. This guy makes it forward, also to Elrin, and attempts to hit him.
Oh yeah.
When the DM has had enough of your sneak attacks.
Yeah.
For 21. He's like the only one there that they can reach. Is the shield still up though?
Yep. Till
Okay,
the
so
end.
he also misses. Tukes.
Tukes will go 5, 10, 15, 20. And Tukes will release her astral arms, the giant draconic arms coming over her. And since all 3 of those guys are within 10 feet, this guy is the only guy not affected. So Dex 14.
Okay, so I'm going to start 3 and then 4 for those first 2. 3
And then the warg.
and 4. And then the warg. So it looks like 4 is the only one that saved. So that's 8 damage.
8 damage to the 2 that failed to save, and 4 damage to the one that didn't.
Okay. So 4 to this one.
Troll
And then
self.
8 to this one.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 to this one.
And the warg is still up?
Yeah, the warg is still up, but it's like it's all like burnt and like God, bludgeoned now, and it's like I wish I hadn't seen those guys.
Double.
Oh, go ahead.
The guy that was a bonus action, by the way.
Okay.
So the guy that took more damage, I'm going to.
It's actually Berserker 3 that took more damage. This
Okay.
one.
Well, he's still in range.
Yep.
Missing with a hammer fist, and
Okay.
then hitting with another hammer fist for 10 force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15.
Does look like his bell has been rung. Anything else?
I'm gonna kind of preen a little bit because I was very happy with that.
That was very good. That was compared to what happened with that last fight. But the warg is going to fling itself forward towards you, Tukes.
Oh wow! I thought it was whimpering and cowering.
It
and running away.
it was whimpering and hurt, but it's still angry,
Whoa.
and it's going to bite at you.
Okay.
Snarl, snarl.
For 8 damage and make a DC 13 strength saving throw. So you manage to remain standing. It tries to like bite at you and pull you down, but it is injured, so no trouble staying up there.
8 damage.
And Berserker 4 is going to come forward 5, 10, 15 and attack Tukes with his great axe. But no.
No, a 9 does
Real
not
bad.
hit.
Karkon.
Oh,
You started it. End it.
I did start it. You guys were so nice to line up for me. I mean, I really don't want to burn another 3rd level spell, but I'm gonna.
So tasty.
It's just so there.
Never get chances like this ever.
Oh
boy. That is Dex. Okay, yeah. See, so first will be Berserker 2.
That's a lot of 6s.
Yeah.
Oh. Then Berserker 4. Oh, okay. And then the warg. Poor warg.
Rip.
So I assume it's half for the save.
Correct.
So the war gets blasted out of existence. Number 2 failed.
That's 18 for half. Yeah.
For 37. So he actually is still standing, but like you don't even know if there's flesh left on his body at this point. He's been burned. He's been oh God, they should have used their actions to break out of the ice. I'm sorry, I ruined
Oh
that.
yeah, that's all right.
He's nearly dead. He's, necrotic flesh on there. And number 4 took half, right? So that's 7,
18.
18. He is also barely remaining standing. They're smoking. There's
There's
third
smoke.
degree burns over the entirety of them. Elrin.
Uh,
I'm actually gonna 5, 10,
Oh,
15,
sorry.
20,
Yeah.
25, 30.
Yeah, get out of there.
I'm gonna just move around.
oh. This is so nice that
This
you
one's
did
going
that.
much better than the Grick fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Preemptive strike, non-surprise round. Yes. We
Uh,
learned a lot this day.
well, I'll pull out the rapier and say, "Oh, jeez, let's go after this guy who just banged my shield."
That's what she said.
Steady aim. I think I can do that with melee too, right?
Okay. Yep.
oh yeah.
Either 27 will hit. You
God.
run him through completely. He
Shing.
collapses down the length of your
Do
rapier.
a
You have
little
to like
little
shake him off. You like take your little
flourish
boot,
afterwards.
like
There
yeah,
you
kick
go.
him off. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Loke,
This guy is not in the turn order.
son of a bitch.
He was the one that stuck in ice. Or no, was
Yeah,
No,
he?
sure. He's the one
no,
that's
he
stuck
was.
in ice. We'll
I
just
pushed
pretend
Okay.
that for our good,
So he broke
whatever.
out, and now he
He's
can
broken
move.
out.
Very good.
He's in the turn order.
I shall. Gosh. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to be brave and use my warhammer. You guys are hitting hard things so hard. I'm just gonna swing at it. Does that hit?
21 hits, and this is number 4.
This is a single-handed. So 7 plus the blessed strikes, which
He
is a
also,
5.
you crack him directly on the top of his head, and there's that like weird, awkward moment where you've just made the connection and like pulled back just inches where he stares at you, and then slowly, like the top of his head just cracks open and stuff starts oozing out, and he
Say hi to your
collapses
beast
down onto the
god.
ground.
Meet Helm.
Wow, Berserker 3's finally gotten himself out of that ice that we're just going to retcon for a hot minute. And he's going to charge forward. Blood for the Blood God! And he's going to recklessly attack Lok Alakir because he has got nothing left to lose.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And still not hit you.
It shan't.
He's just wildly wailing around with that great axe. Tukes.
Tukes is going to. He's still within range, so I will just attack.
Got those funky arms.
Yeah, the cool long arms. I always lose wherever my palm heel strike. Miss.
Nope.
Spinning back fist. Oh, there
Yep.
we go.
You
And
clock him real good. He's wavering. He's can't. Oh, God. He was wavering so much that you weren't able to land that last one. This is insane.
like
You have a
drunkenly swayed.
+6. Yeah, drunk sleep without the ability. Anything else?
No. I'm good where I am.
Karkan, there's one left.
Kirkan will put his fingers to his head once again and will mind sliver.
And he goes down like a sack of potatoes.
He just collapses
He
like
just
I cut his
collapses,
string.
Yeah. So you have defeated this. You've wiped out this
Tukes, you
entire
took him
game.
out. He just fell over now.
Yeah, sad.
Nice job, Tukes.
Thank you.
It took him a second to fall over.
Elrin, how did they know where you were? They literally ran right to the bush you were hiding behind. That was. It's like they knew you were there. It was weird.
They have really
Yeah.
good perception.
Next time I climb the tree. Yes.
So you've defeated this cult. You wiped them out fairly easily. There's desiccated or desecrated, I don't know the correct word, whatever. There's ripped apart animals all over this place. This is clearly a group of people that has been killing animals in the forest, but you can still see kind of off in the distance in this direction of the map that is suspiciously still dark. Um, crashing lightning is coming down over there. That's these red strikes of lightning just one after the other with the thunder happening. Every few minutes there's just another bolt that comes down over there.
I think
We
that's
should
where the
search
bad
their
things are
bodies.
happening.
Yes.
Could I take one moment to cast a spell, please?
Sure. You can do whatever you want.
I would like to take some of the blood from one of these berserkers and
You've got that empty vial now.
right, absolutely. This is true. And I would like to cast the spell Animate Dead.
Okay.
And I would like to raise one of these creatures up as a zombie.
And nasty.
Coming back! You better kill him again.
We will fight fire with fire, my friends.
Why
Eh.
wouldn't you fight fire with water?
That would make sense. I'm gonna fight lightning gods with undead. How about that?
Okay, that makes more sense. I wouldn't fight fire with fire. It would just make more fire.
I don't know. There was some colloquial thing that I read one time. I don't know. Maybe somebody's grandfather told me.
Yeah, do an investigation while they're talking.
Yeah, we gotta search these bodies.
Yep.
So I will get. I think it's just a zombie.
Yeah. I
thing
just
in.
made it, this weird thing. How do I
Sorry to
make
give you extra work, DM.
how do I make him have control of it?
I think you just give
Controlled
me
by everyone.
controlled by everyone or something.
It says determined by character settings.
Because
Oh.
you have it representing someone.
Ugh,
If you
okay.
have it representing him, then that's
Mhm.
fine. He can control it.
Let me
Or you
see
can
if
leave
I
it
can
assigned
find
to
it.
none and make it controlled by whoever.
Let me get a different one.
So yeah, so this corpse will turn into a zombie, I think. And I have
Rin,
added
you find nothing worth anything. There's, scraps of grossness, animal meat. The flagons that they were drinking from are all just here's a nice little zombie. Um, filled with blood, from what you can tell.
it is
Yeah.
not on this layer.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a second.
Okay.
Ah, oh,
So we
neat.
got to go further north, huh?
West.
West.
Oh, we have to go west. Oh.
Where the dark
these
space
yeah.
is, where all the lightning is coming from.
Yeah. The suspiciously still dark left-hand
Section of the
area of the
map,
map.
Where did I save that to? He's nowhere to be found. Ugh, gross.
I wish I could share my token library with you from my Roll20 campaign. I have
Or you could just use one of
Like-
these barbarians and pretend he's a
just if you put a dot on him, we'll just call him. I have the stats for the zombie in my character sheet.
Mr. Z. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't seem to give you guys control of the tokens for some reason, which is just what's frustrating. But here you go. Here's a nice little useless token that we can use.
Yeah, because it makes you use it like represent as character, right?
Did I just close out a Roll20?
It looks like it's just the four of us now. Yeah, your
What the
window went
heck?
away. I explore the darkness before the DM returns. Nothing can hurt me.
Except for the darkness is permanent. We can't see.
There we go. All right.
We don't
Can
have
have
the
my-
ability to see in magical darkness.
Yeah, I do not have that ability anymore.
Whoa!
This is a pleasant little zombie right here.
That's a big ass zombie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So west.
West.
Is that where we're going, guys? Tukes, do you need a band-aid?
No, I barely got scratched.
Here,
It's,
out of this, out of that.
it's amazing. You guys just scratched this time. Everything else in this book is like big.
Oh, he tried to hit me with the great axe. It just only caused a scratch.
Just a flesh wound.
I will whisper in the
Exactly.
zombie's ear and say, "Protect Kirkan."
Aw, that's so sweet.
He's just trying to piss me off again.
He'll keep pace with you until I give him other directions.
And like when you turn and look at it, he looks away. Like,
Yep.
I'm not doing anything.
All right, there. We're back in business. So, I'm going to reveal this, but nobody panic first, and then let me just read the thing. Actually,
Nobody panic.
so as you make your way, towards the lightning crashes that are happening, the voice comes back over again and says, "At last they find the pool, but did the heroes arrive in time to prevent the completion of a vile ritual?"
I have a vial.
Through dangers untold and
golly.
hardships unnumbered, we have fought
So
our
this
way
is
here
just
to the
supposed to be a
castle.
500-foot. I don't know why they made the map like this, but they did it just to torture us. So, um, you've come upon the pool of eternal spring, or at least what's left of it. Its once clear waters are now streaked with red and black impurities. Standing at the edge of the pool is a feral-looking human. This fella right here, clad in animal skins. This individual leads 5 werewolves in chanting, "Water into blood, earth into bones."
Wonderful.
We're not in initiative yet. They haven't seen us.
They have not seen you. You can see them from a distance off, not this 500 feet, but you enter into this clearing and they're all focused on this pool right now. They're clearly performing some kind of ceremony.
Would it be possible to safely get within 120 feet without being noticed?
You can certainly try.
I think we're already within 120 feet.
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, this is a 500-foot, like, just thing that this line here in the middle.
Oh, that's 5.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see if the 500-foot is on the DM's layer, probably, but it's just, for some reason, instead of making 2 separate maps, they condensed it into one. So this little area here is 500 feet, supposedly.
So if we got somewhere like reasonably at the edge of
Yeah.
over here, we would be in brush and within however actual distance it is.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we pretend that the edge of the map over here, this is about 100 feet away,
Okay.
this side of the map.
Would you say that there is line of sight to them within that range for the most part, or are we in?
Yeah, probably. You could arrange yourself so that there was line of sight.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
I would
kind of
arrange
as you,
ourselves.
right, yeah,
I
if you
have
want to
to-
arrange yourselves on that right-hand side, assuming that you're going to stay, far away, or
Okay.
Tukes, other than Tukes, who's going forward.
Well, I mean,
The right hand,
I
yeah,
wanna
the
be
right
in
hand side of
the
this
front
giant
of
map.
Yeah, I'm just
everybody.
giving you a hard time. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I don't know. So we're just imagining the camp's not there, and then we'll
Yeah,
set
just
it up,
imagine the camp's not there.
like,
Yeah,
in the
okay.
trees
And we're
here.
just
We're in
But
the trees.
as you guys kind of start positioning yourself and coming around like this final gigantic bolt of lightning crashes down into the pool, and a huge cloud of steam kind of rises up out of the pool from the strike itself. And as that cloud of mist dissipates, out of it steps this horrifying, gigantic creature.
oh shit.
It
Gigantic or
is
large?
large. I guess it's large. I apologize. Uh, Actually, let me just move it forward. It's right on the edge, right there. It is
Hmm.
let's see. It is a corrupted unicorn in all appearances. Its horn is black and twisted, and just like kind of this disgusting energy kind of sparkles off of it. If you imagine a unicorn that's, beautiful and glittering, and its mane is supposed to be, lovely and silver and flowing in the wind, this creature is just like drenched in some kind of sludge. And as it comes out, it actually attacks this head priest in front of it. It leans its head down and attempts to gore it. Uh, Give me 1 second. I should have actually pulled this encounter up. So it leans forward and attempts to ram its horn through the creature in front of it. Oops, I should not have rolled with initiative with advantage, so ignore the first roll. But it does actually hit it with a 27. And this
Oh my god.
creature completely as it gets stabbed through its center, you can see this like disgusting energy just spread out into the body of the creature itself, and it starts to like shrivel and bend backwards, and the unicorn shakes its head and kind of flings its corpse directly off of its horn,
Oh
and it
boy.
is dead. The rest of these werewolves, they kind of turn and look horrified and start to try to back up from this creature as it steps out of this pool. What would you like to do?
Fucking watch.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can certainly do that. Let's all roll
I'm gonna
initiative.
I'm gonna hide.
Yeah,
That's it.
we'll roll initiative so that we can see, who's going to take
Uh,
its turn in which order. Let me get rid of
I
my
believe my
advantage
creature
here.
gets its own initiative. I will roll for it as well.
Oh my God,
Jeez.
I critted on that one. So let's see, there are three,
Better
four,
that you
five.
crit on initiative than on attacks.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
So that zombie that was a
Uh-huh.
will save. Why was it? Oh, whoops. Sorry. Initiative. There you go.
oh.
My bad. Oh, Loke did okay. Look at that. Fucking Loke.
Hmm.
Oh, there we go. All right. So Elrin, you actually get a chance to decide what you want to do first. What would you like to do?
Okay. Now I can't get sneak attack unless one of my. Oh, if I get advantage.
Correct, yeah.
So I'll have to.
You can
uh,
do your
Bonus
fancy.
action.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah,
You do your
bonus action hide or the. I guess I'll do a steady aim. Oi, 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 oi.
Who you aiming for?
That's the question. What is the what is this thing? It attacked the guy who was causing
Yes,
everything.
they completely impaled it and clearly
Mm,
corrupted its body in some horrific fashion and tossed its corpse aside.
Uh, actually, I'm going to just bonus action hide and hold my action.
What are you
Whether
holding your action for? What
if
would be the
that
trigger?
if that unicorn comes charging towards us
Okay. All right.
to attack.
All right. The unicorn is actually going to go for this werewolf that's directly within its line of sight. It's going to rear back and attempt to strike down upon it with its front hoofs. And 16. It will actually hit. And it does some significant damage to this werewolf. The werewolf does seem to take it. It
Werewolf or
remains
wolf?
standing. Huh?
You're saying werewolf. Do you mean werewolf or wolf?
No, I mean werewolf.
Okay,
These
cool.
are hybrid werewolf
All
creatures. You
right.
can tell that they're half man, half
I'm sorry, I missed that.
wolf. That's fine. Anyways, so yeah, it takes that damage. Significant damage. Loke, what would you like to do?
Hmm. We, could I think to myself
You
or
could.
whisper out loud
Hmm.
and ask the narrator for some advice?
Sure.
What would the heroes do to undo the corruption? And I'll just leave it at that.
You ask your question and cock your head into the night sky and are answered only with silence.
All right. Well, in that case, I will cast Guiding Bolt. If that was not my full
Sure.
action,
No, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
then I will cast Guiding Bolt if I'm within 120 feet of that
Yeah.
creature.
We're going to assume that you guys are had moved forward. So yeah, you're absolutely.
Okay. I shall, with my action, cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
Okay. It's crit! Holy potatoes!
Damn.
Wow.
46?
Yes.
Yeah, the holy light of Helm slams into this creature.
Indeed.
Wow.
Sorry, 46.
And I will
That's radiant. That's nice.
send my zombie forward 20 feet. He'll move
Yeah,
some number of feet forward.
yeah, and this avatar is now glowing
Yeah.
with light. Um, this werewolf kind of looks towards where the bolt came from and back at the avatar and comes forward and attempts to attack it as well.
Damn you! You wasted my spell.
Yeah.
You wolf.
So it's going to claw at the creature. Oh, he gets advantage.
He
So let
does.
me, sorry, do that again. So yeah, the 18 actually hits it. So he manages to kind of slice forward and do some damage into this creature. And he's actually going to take a second attack because he gets 2, and he's going to lunge forward and try to bite it as well. Oh, yikes. He also crits it. Jesus. So he takes the 16 additional damage. The avatar is like flinching back from this. It's still that glow from Helm's righteous fury is starting to fade off of it, but it seems quite focused now on where that bolt came from. Karkan.
I'm going to turn to Tukes. Turn Tukes' shoulders to face me, and look Tukes in the eyes and say, "Be swift, be silent, be deadly,"
Oh my gosh.
and cast Greater Invisibility.
Oh my
Oh!
gosh.
Oh!
Oh.
How come Luke's zombie went running back?
Scared.
Because it wasn't on its turn. Sorry,
Oh,
I gave it directions, but it didn't move yet.
Would you like to do anything else, Karkan?
Nope.
All right, Loke Zombie.
so you're concentrating?
He'll move 20 feet forward.
Yeah.
And Tukes.
So Tukes is under commands from his friend now. Is gonna
Oh.
turn to Kirkan and be like, I'll just wait until the werewolves are gone.
Whatever. I mean, it's good for a minute, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, they're all fighting each other.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But this is a great idea. Well, I turn to you and say that, but you don't know I've turned to you because I'm invisible.
Right.
It's true. I
So,
just hear the voice.
anything else you'd like
So
to do?
actually, you
Not
know
gonna
what?
move,
I
or-
have true invisible. 1,
Yeah,
2,
exactly.
3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna put myself directly in between it and all my companions. I'm gonna delay an action if it tries
Okay.
to come to get towards my companions. I will hit it.
All right.
Mm.
Werewolf 6 is going to GTFO 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then use his dash action 5, 10, 15. Goodbye, Werewolf. Werewolf 3 is going to take a slice at this guy and miss, and again, and miss. Werewolf
Miss,
2,
miss.
not engaged, is going to GTFO. And Elrin.
So I didn't get my action because my reaction didn't fire off because
Didn't move.
it didn't move. I'm going to hold again if any of them, and following the same thing Tukes is doing, if any of them come to attack our team, our group, even the zombie, then I'll fire at them.
Okay. And the avatar here, still being focused on wherever that huge bolt that did significant damage to it came from, is going to take the disengage action and move forward 5, 10, although I guess this would trigger Tukes.
Yep,
Advantage.
of course.
Pop, pop.
Tukes. I have to go to attacks. Tukes is going to a hammer fist.
I'm of it!
Yeah!
And go
13?
ahead.
Oh, sorry, 13.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. DC 14.
Constitution.
What?
Get stunned, bitch!
You feel like
It
that
can.
connected to this creature really solidly, but it doesn't seem to have had the effect that you were searching for.
Oh.
I assume it can continue to move, although would it just go over Tukes?
No. It would have to go around me. I wouldn't, as it
Alright.
comes into my space, I would hit it.
Oh, like okay, so like you hit it and it like gets bounced essentially up there.
Kind of, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It has 50 movement. So it makes its way up to here. Does Loke's zombie take a reaction?
It took disengage, so it.
Oh, that's
will
right.
not.
I'm so sorry. So it gets to there. And that's what it will do for its turn.
But-
Loke. What? Go ahead.
But doesn't
Elrin,
get
yeah,
another?
Elrin.
Elrin gets another attack.
Elrin would get yours. Yeah, you've
Alright.
got your held action.
Take a shot.
Would he take the shot as the creature was fighting Tukes?
Probably.
Because it said
yeah,
as
it
it
was
moved
moving
forward,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
means that
Uh,
if he hits, he would have sneak attack because I would be in base to base.
Sure.
well,
Sure.
I'm hidden too, so
24 hits.
for 24.
24. It looks pretty damaged at this point.
Nice.
Now I'm hidden. Do I lose my hidden?
Yeah.
I can't do a bonus action to.
No, you can't do a bonus. You only held an action.
Unless
Yep.
you're a skulker, I don't think you get the ability to not be spotted.
Yeah, I can't use the sword. I mean,
Anything else
the
you'd like to do?
bow that way.
Oh no, everybody's gone now. Okay, so now we're off to blah 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 blah. Loke,
Oh, fuck me.
you are facing this very large, corrupted, disgusting unicorn that you've seen gore at least one werewolf at this point.
Indeed. I've been here before.
You've been kicked
I am
out.
going to just reach out and touch it and inflict wounds.
Nice.
Reach out and touch it.
Level.
Boom, boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom.
It is Elm's will that you shall
Not pass.
not fuck.
Shall not.
Shall not fuck? Whoa.
Why can't I get just one fuck? Why
Yeah,
can't I get
it
just one
manages. It
fuck?
just
Wow.
like rears up when you try to reach out and touch it, and you cannot reach it.
All right.
It
Because
has
that's
reared
something
too
you
high.
do.
As a bonus action, I will telekinetically shove it away from Kirkon.
Sure. Yeah.
I'd like to give it a go. DC 16 strength.
It does not move.
My resolve will remain. I am going to stand steadfast and stalwart next to my ally.
All right. Werewolf 5, seeing
with
that
that.
it's now been cleared and it's run after a bunch of strange people in the woods, also GTFOs. And takes its dash action. Kirkon.
Kirkon needs to get the fuck out of here. Once more, putting fingers to temple, he will glare at this disgusting beast rising to his full, but still, not exactly tall height. And he will initiate a Tasha's Mind Whip.
I don't see anything that it has that would in any way. Oh, all right. So it can't take reactions.
So it loses its reaction until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
And on its
And it can
next
only
turn,
either attack or move or do a
yeah,
bonus action. Okay.
right, action, bonus action, or movement,
Okay.
only one of them. Right, so it no longer has a reaction, which means I am GTFOing. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So this corpse of Berserker 3, which isn't really there.
25, 30. Go over there.
Loke will give you a, attaboy. Save yourself. I got this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, cool. That's my turn.
Loke zombie.
You ever seen those cartoons where like the thing is running one way and everybody else runs the other way, so it kind of just turns around? It's going to come running back the other direction, and some number of feet to catch up because space is weird in that section.
Yeah. We're
And
just
then
going to ignore that at this point.
It'll try to slam.
Yeah.
Zombie slam.
No. Yeah.
Whiff. Zombie whiff.
It's still learning like its new, movement capabilities. So it's just.
All right, that's it.
Tukes.
Tukes, 5, 10, 15, 20, comes running up from behind. Tukes is going to attack. She's going to try to start with jumping knee strike for 9
20 will hit.
force.
Yeah.
And then she's going to kind of bounce off its back, and while she's going up in the air, she's going to spinning back kick it. Or spinning back fist it while she's in the air.
Wow!
Woo, woo, woo.
So that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Oh, it looks bad.
24 force damage. She's going to burn a key point for Flurry of Blows.
Yes.
And as she's
Flurry
coming
of
down,
Blows.
she's going to Judy Chop for 5 more.
Oh my gosh!
And she's going to hit the ground and bounce back up in a flying side kick.
Oh, that hits too!
What's that, 15? And 15 is 39?
39 total.
Oh, yeah.
39 so far.
This creature is barely remaining standing.
And so she's going to action surge. And she's going to action surge. And she's going to rending dragon claw. That doesn't
It
work.
misses.
Oh.
First miss.
And she's going to try to come up underneath the back of the unicorn. And Fury of the
Misses!
Taco.
Damn it!
Oh,
But
you
it
know
is
what?
like-
You know what? I'm going to burn key points
To
Hold on,
increase
to
your
increase
hit.
my plus to hit. I've never
okay.
done this before, so I have to
Nice.
see
Okay,
how many it takes. So
So I'm assuming on the 15 you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's called focused aim.
Okay.
Each 1 key point increases the roll by 2. So
Okay.
I will burn 2 key points to
Okay.
make the roll a 19, which I guarantee will hit.
That definitely hits.
And that'll do 6 force.
Okay. Yeah. It is
Oh.
you nearly have taken it out with your
Crack,
amazing
crack,
yeah,
crack.
that was amazing. Actually this werewolf 6 was he's gone. Werewolf 3, he managed to see it and he was like, "Holy shit, that's so tiny. I'm out of here."
And these
he's
little
also
these
gonna run.
spectral draconic
Yeah,
arms
like
over the top of
that
me.
werewolf is freaked the F out.
And every
That are
time I
all
hit, there's a
invisible.
flash of light as force damage is received.
All of these werewolves have run. Elrin, it is up to you.
Oh my god. Oh, I have to do steady aim to finish this thing
A
off for
Everybody
you.
use
19
focused aim on the
hits.
13
I
too.
didn't even get to attack you guys with this creature as it was like, taking these blows from poor Tukes and getting lower and lower. Elrin manages to shoot off a single bow that or arrow that just pierces this dead creature or undead creature or God knows what corrupted creature, and it falls to the ground with an arrow like sticking out of its neck, dead.
Were we supposed to do this?
Well, I don't know. Where's the narrator?
So
I'm
in a
here.
brief instance, as this creature like collapses onto the ground, there is utter silence
Compared
across
to the
everything.
story.
There's nothing. And suddenly where those flashes of red lightning had been striking previously, a single jagged strike of white lightning that from all you can tell originates from the moon itself. That's what it looks like, comes blasting down through the sky and strikes into the fallen unicorn, transforming it into a true living avatar of Lurue the unicorn, restored completely into its glorious glowing figure. Its silvery mane, shimmering hooves, spiraling glowing horn. She gives a thankful nod to the group, moves over, dips her horn down into the spring itself, and as she touches the water with her horn, the corruption you can see just cleanses out. And through the I'm pointing to my screen like you can see my finger. Through the that's like through the let me get my free hand. Through the edge here, it just spreads out and up this way. There is a river that continues, and you can see that as it spreads out, the clearing of the corruption actually flows out up the river itself, cleansing the way as it goes through. Um, her work finished, LaRue lifts her head, regards the characters once more, and bolts off, like gallops off into the air and off into the distance. And as that happens, as she kind of disappears from your sight, you feel once again as if that string is pulling on you, but this time it's pulling your back, and it pulls you backwards out into a glowing mist, and you end up once again back in the Firefly Cellar in Candlekeep, having successfully cleansed the pool of eternal silver.
Well, that was nice. May I have an opportunity to, as all of that is happening, maybe in like one of my languages, I don't know, celestial or something,
Sure.
just say, "You're welcome."
Sure, you absolutely can. She doesn't acknowledge anything that you say. As you return to that spot in Candlekeep, the lore of Larue that had been open on the table in front of you kind of slams itself shut, lands on its side, and it clicks itself locked.
That fucking tree never rewarded us.
Everything that you had, those potions of hill giant strength, those
Gone.
do
Yep.
disappear off of your body, but on the cover of the book, now that it's slammed shut and fallen onto its side, you do see a ring. It looks like it is a moonstone and opal ring. Anyone who would have the ability can certainly make an arcana check.
Yes, that would be neat. Did my zombie make the trip back?
No.
No.
You'll never have a zombie.
Steven!
It's never gonna happen.
Give me
Steven!
give me 10 minutes to pray over it, and I'll cast Identify.
Sure.
Yeah, because
Listen, this
Loke
is
is
just
like,
a
I have
simple.
never seen this
Yeah,
before in my life.
It's probably worthless. It's fine.
it does look like
Although
junk, but hey,
you
let's find out.
you also all as he is I'm sorry, as Karkan
There.
settles in to kind of start casting this spell, you all notice that your hand is kind of clenched shut, and inside of your hand is a charm of animal conjuring.
Ooh.
Okay.
And let's see, the charm allows you to cast conjure animals spell third level version as an action. Once used
That's
three
what you get
times, the
for
charm
respawning, I
vanishes from
guess.
you. And uh, um, Karkan, eventually you will determine that this is a ring of shooting stars.
Ooh.
You can shoot stars after this. They're pretty far away, though.
Ooh. May I have this?
Well, I mean, are you going to tell the group what it is?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, since it's nothing, you know.
This is junk. It's absolute junk. It's tripe.
That's what
But
I
I will
said.
be, but I will
gotta
be
be.
keeping it because it's pretty. No, this is a ring of shooting stars, and it's pretty cool. And Kirkan would very much like it. It casts fairy fire and ball lightning.
Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
that's really
Six
nice.
six charges. It recharges a daily at dawn. Yeah,
Fire is helpful.
very much.
Oh, I forgot. I apologize. The narrator did have one last thing to say after you were kicked out of the book and arrived home. It said, "The avatar of Lurue galloped through the night, freed from the threat of Malar. As a way of showing her gratitude and ensuring that Malar and his minions would never dare to ravage the forest again, she continued to let the silvery spring flow, turning the place into the pool of eternal silver. These waters, forever protected by her grace, lie near the site of the city now called Silvery Moon, which was named as such in honor of this tale."
Oh, how
Did,
nice.
did we enact history somehow? This is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, anyone smart enough that you feel would be justified to figure that out, yes, that would absolutely be a reasonable conclusion that this is an enchanted book. If Kirkon spends enough time kind of studying the enchantments on the book, that is exactly what this is. This is an essentially an animated tale.
Choose your own adventure book.
Choose the adventure given to you book.
And this is the only Candlekeep mystery that we have finished in one session.
The only time ever.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew that we'd be
Congratulations,
able to because
everyone.
it's so like this is all you can
Railroady.
do.
Yeah.
If you had tried to move off the path, it literally says there is an impenetrable barrier of, you know,
You came to the
invisible
edge of
force.
the book. The
Yeah.
Yep.
binding is stopping.
You were awfully worried for us about that last boss.
I really was. If I could listen, look, if I could have just where's my encounter? If I did you see what she did to that first werewolf?
Yeah.
She gets
Right.
multi attacks. So
It was
here's her
less than
hoof
the
attack
great
as her
name.
first attack.
It was
Oh,
less
wow.
A
than
25
the
hit, 31 necrotic damage. Then here's her second attack, a horn attack. Oh, okay, she's probably not going to hit with this one. A
DC
15, she
15, but
probably
more
wouldn't have
another
hit
25.
anyway. Yeah,
But
but
they're
you have to make
all
a
the
DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. If you fail it, you are turned into a wolf under her control
Oh, crap.
for an hour. I think it's an hour. And like that's it. That's it. That's all. Like she could have just taken like people out. Like, and I didn't even get a chance to attack you guys.
Well, I'm happy that you didn't.
Thanks.
Yeah, well,
That would
yeah.
have been messy.
But you wouldn't have actually died anyways. You just would have gotten popped out of the book and ended up in the Firefly cellar.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Tukes, I every time you go up, man, your monkeyness
Yeah.
and just all
You
these
like
attacks you
almost had
get.
it killed. Like if you had just
Well,
like if you had
this
hit with
is
those last two attacks, you probably would have taken her out right there.
this is
And
the
that was
first
why I took
time.
greater invisibility. That was why I was like, it's got to be for Tuke, and it's got to be like she's gonna do like 17 attacks in one round, and all of them at advantage, and everyone gets disadvantage to attack her. I was like, this is the way it's got to be. Like
That's
this
a
is the
great
way.
idea. I
Better
I
than hate.
I built this character around going fighter, which is what I'm doing now, and it's really starting to come together. It's right
Yeah.
there, starting to
Yeah.
come together now.
Well, now you're level 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, we
So
are.
This is actually my so now I've leveled up enough as a monk that I will no longer level as a monk. So that is ideal to be
you've
level 9.
keyed your last point.
No, I'll still use key. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, what I mean is you don't achieve any more beyond now.
Right. I don't need any more key.
Kirkon, do you have haste?
No.
We should see if there's a scroll of haste that you can copy into your spell book.
That'd be another one that's good for me.
Because I also apparently, from my domain, have greater invisibility. If I were to cast that and you were to cast haste,
Holy crap!
God.
then he gets.
Little like ball of
That's-
fury.
So
I mean,
so,
we literally sit in the back and just like cross our arms and watch him go do his thing.
so I could do 2 attacks for my normal attacks, 2 attacks for my bonus actions, 2 attacks for my hasted attacks, and then I could also action surge again.
Yeah. It's a little absurd.
Too bad
Spell
Tukes
book.
is not a drunken monk because she could literally have been like, "Hold my beer."
Hold my beer.
I like her little astral monk thing. I think it's fun.
And when you do your arms, when you do your spectral arms, you can attack from 10 feet away, right?
Yeah, so I have reach of 10 feet, which is why Loki keeps stepping in front of me. Because then I still get pack tactics, and I'm not actually in base-to-base contact. I don't have to deal with it. It's getting there.
Yeah. We've got some. I still got about 1,500 gold. We can see if the shop has a scroll
I'm
of haste
sure
or
that
something.
Candlekeep itself, would have a variety of.
I mean, it's a
scrolls
scroll. They
available.
got to have scrolls.
Right.
Yeah.
Could I also convert 2 of the 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds into a single diamond worth 500 gold pieces?
Sure.
Because I am able to raise the dead now.
I feel like Candlekeep would have a variety of spell components available
It
for
wouldn't. I mean,
purchase.
literally wouldn't. It was. It's
Right.
like a mini changer. I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. That was awesome. Well done.
That was fun. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Happy
like
near
this-
birthday.
Happy birthday.
What's today's
Oh,
date?
it's
The
my
5th. My
sister's
God.
birthday.
No, tomorrow. She's the 6th. Isn't she? Is she the 5th?
No, she's 5th.
Oh, cracker. You better call her.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Well, just say you already did voicemail and just say, "Oh well, you didn't pick up." I'm kidding.
Oh,
She's probably in
kick
bed.
my ass.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, the number of hit points that I have, I would still be dead if that way.
Like, yeah.
Nothing like getting crit.
I mean,
That Grick.
it
That was
probably
the
justice backwards, but it wasn't even the same amount of damage. It was only 46 or whatever I did. It was not that much relative. How many? I mean, how tough was this creature?
It claims that so there's this weird thing because it claims that she's a CR8 and it references legendary actions like in her description, but in the stat block that came with the book there's no legendary actions. So I had read about like people had added their own, legendary actions to her. And so I was going to use some. I had this alternative stat.
Legendary resistance too.
Well,
Yeah.
she can't be stunned apparently.
Yeah, she has immunities and damage immunities and things like that, but just they didn't include where did I put that? Any of the legendary actions. So there
Was she immune to charm?
Yep.
Okay. That was my other first round option was charm monster.
And what's strange is that like she doesn't have I was real careful since the hag situation. She didn't have like, advantage against magic saving throws or anything like that. She has telepathy. She can fly.
Flying unicorn.
I feel like if this creature was out of our reach, it would have been a much different fight and longer. For sure.
Yeah.
She has no distance
If
attacks
she
at
was
all.
in reach, like if we started 30 feet from her and there were no other werewolves, it was it's a much deadlier fight for us, I think.
So she had to do melee attacks.
in the module it says that like if the werewolves feel like, oh, these people are doing just fine, they'll get out.
Out.
Our bad. Sorry we summoned this. We didn't realize.
It was fun.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thanks, Amy.
No problem.
Very nice work. Enjoyable.
You got to call Pete an idiot twice.
I got to call Pete an idiot twice,
Yeah.
and I do apologize that, like, Eddie, that, you're. I could sense from you that you were just like, do we have to fight? Like, is
Oh
there
no.
any other way? And Kirkan is just like, I
That's
gotta.
he's
I feel I
playing
gotta be.
character.
He's kind of a dick. Like, it
Well,
just.
that's in character, man. That's all good. I take zero offense to anything really.
Yeah.
I mean, you serve in the U.S. Marines, you don't take offense to anything. It's just the way
I
it
mean,
goes.
Sure.
did
I
any
was
of them?
feeling it.
I think the one warg saved. Was that it for that
Yes,
first
one
fireball?
for the first
That
fireball.
that cut them almost in half for their hit points. So it was like it was a good
Yeah.
opening move.
I was very worried, however, that your unicorn was a lesser greater type creature, because I was basically out. I had one
I'm
fourth level
so
spell
pleased that
left.
you had used so many spell slots. I was like,
Yeah, I was very low on high level spell slots, but I had to keep that one for greater invisibility.
yeah.
But it just, yeah, if there had been you killed it, it came back to life as something
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
Like, I had one third level and one fourth level left, and that's it. So I was very concerned. But then it was like, oh, white lightning bolt, he's back. I was like, oh, thank God. That's
I think
good.
Pete got the award for the best comment. Thou shalt not. Fuck.
Uh,
You gotta clip that one.
Yeah, that's good. All right, guys, we need to raid somebody. Somebody else picked the raider. Picked who we're raiding tonight. Because I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep last night at all, and it's really catching up to me.
We like Curse of Strahd.
I
We
love
like
Curse of
whatever.
Strahd.
Just write the name in Twitch, and I'll raid it.
Aqua Dragon D&D is the very first one that popped up. Let me see if I can copy the name. That. That's the channel name, I think.
Oh, you put it in
Roll 20.
Roll20.
Where did you want me to put it? In Discord?
In
Sorry.
Twitch. Oh, that's all right.
Oh, in
I
Twitch.
got it. It's all good.
I have too many chat windows open.
All right.
All the
Thank
chat
you,
windows.
everyone, for tuning in this evening, and I wish you all the greatest and the best of everything, and I hope your days are wonderful and your nights are long. Have a good night. Bye.
You shall not fuck.
Hey.
You shall
Well,
not.
if anyone wanted to like dual class into a cleric of Lurue or Maliki, like this is the time to do it. Just floating that
True.
out there.
Like